Welcome guys, we're back with Dwarf Fortress and my name is Tactic. Welcome to the channels, either if you're watching this on Twitch or on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching it on my new @DazTactic Live channel, which is 30 subscribers off being eligible for monetization. So hopefully we reach that number in the next day or so. That's what I'm hoping anyway. We'll see how we go. I think I've got to have to put a video up onto my normal channel at some point, so it's something different, and then try to get some more subscribers through that, because yeah, I do want to sort of have these extended playthroughs on the new live channel rather than actually on my normal channel. So I'm going to be trying to protect the normal channel as such. Hi Dragster, how are you going? Where we left it yesterday, we actually had Zaradin here, who has been in the wars a little bit. If we just have a quick look and see, we'll sort of see that he has, like this is his history down through throwing up and vomiting because he was bitten by a snake. Where is it? We're at the top here. So the helmet snake bites the potash maker in the right hand, tearing the fat through the spider silk glove. So there we go. So and so he was attacked. The snake venom is injected into the potash maker's blood. So he's been slightly injured. He was wandering around in a daze for quite some time, and then he ended up coming good as such. So I think the poison has now run its course. But he is now waiting for one of the doctors. Now, just double check our doctors. We've got Chief Medical Dwarf for Space Pants. So didn't we put in there? Yeah, we think we did. And then we've got yeah. Actually, I thought it was one of the others. It's that's fine. I think Space Pants was one of the better doctors. And if we have a quick look at the zone, the doctor zone, we just sort of see we've got 3 doctors. Yeah, I thought Serian was actually the no, Sick. I thought Sick was the head doctor. Space Pants is the better of all of the doctors anyway, so he should be the chief medical dwarf. But we actually have a couple of really good doctors here. Not so much Sick. Sick is not, but the other 2 are. So so they're going to be coming across, and we don't have any soap. All right, we're going to have to set a few things up in this episode. We've got troglodyte teeth and so on and so forth around all over the place. Anyway, he's going to be checked out. I'll just unpause the game. I don't think there's anything else really going on here that we have to worry about. There we are, just unpause. And here comes Serian. These empty cage traps. Now, was that already... It's got no job there now. Should have now been diagnosed. So if we go back to health, wounds, we now... Yeah, that was an immediate sort of skim past, have a quick look. Yes, I can see that you've got the skin on your right hand has been cut open. So is the fat on your right hand. It's got heavy bruising on the right hand, an advanced rot. So it's because this is actually where it was actually bitten. So the poison has caused some big issues. The treatment that is required, it does require cleaning, surgery, sutures, and dressing. That's what actually has to go and happen. And so, and at the moment, there's history now. I might just do a deep dive with this one. We'll just watch because this will be a nice, quick, simple little thing. So, so on the 6th of Timber, which is right now. So in the late autumn, 6th of Timber, in the year 300, the year that we arrived here, it's been evaluated by Serian. And then the diagnosed with helmet snake bite also at the same time. Now this level of treatment will now need to sort of then be done. The description will then just go through, his right hand is cut open, his right hand is rotten. So it's actually sort of already rotting. So let's just go and we have to now do the surgery. What they'll do is we'll just wait for somebody else to come back. And is anyone else doing anything? Cleaning the patient. Right, so what's going to happen here is that when we have a look back here, I'll just do a deep dive into this, just so you can see it. The health, treatment, requires cleaning. So Serian is going straight off to, now we're not in a great spot here. It's hauling a fungerwood bucket. Let's just go and follow this one down. He's now going to go down to where we actually have our well. It will go and use the well. So the well will be going down into the water. You can sort of see there's the bucket. So it's going to come all the way back up again. and I'll just go and hook into Syrian again. So now it's just going off, it's still going off to clean the patient, come back up through the top, and now we'll actually start to clean the patient. So we'll just have a quick look at this one, and now wandering off again. So when we have a look back at Zaradin here again, we can have a look at the health. Again, wounds will sort of show what's in through there. The treatment, it no longer requires the cleaning. So the cleaning has been done. If we look at the history, cleaned. On the 7th of September, took a day to go and get the water. The water is not great where it actually is. Now, it's got no job there. Let's just see. Now, actually, coming back. So what they've now done is Syrian is now going to be performing the surgery. And it has now moved Zaradin onto the table, which is going to be the operation table. This is actually where the operation is going to take place. So Syrian will now sort of perform the surgery. So they'll be cutting. Now, it's now finished. If we go back into this other side, actually it's now going to be going off to process plants, butcher an animal. In this case, this one's now resting. Let's have a quick look and see what happened with the surgery. So if we go again into health, the wounds, still got all this stuff actually sort of happening here. The treatment, it says that it still needs surgery. If we have a look at the history, so the rotten tissue was excised from the right hand. So they've now cut all that off. But still requires more surgery. Let's just wait and see if somebody else arrives. There we go. Actually, what are you doing? No job. Something happened there. I don't know what actually happened there. Quick look at the health again. History. Yeah, so this was now evaluated by Syrian again. So Syrian has come back up, done another evaluation of what's required here. If we look at the health, now needs sutures. So the surgery, after that first surgery, they've come back and said, yep, okay, all the rot has now been cutting back off. So that's actually now happened. It's so detailed, this game. Unbelievable. Let's wait until we'll see somebody. Now, what are you going to? It's going to go off and suture. So what this one needs to go and suture is to actually go and get some thread. There we go, some yarn, so wool. So it's going to sew this hand up with some wool. So it's hauling the yarn across. It's now suturing and now finished. So it's hauling it back because there's still heaps of it left. So it's just going to place that one back. If we have again a look at what's happened here. Treatment needs dressing now. So the history. So by Syrian, we've got the received llama wool sutures in the right hand by Syrian. So that's actually all good on the 8th of Timber. So it does take a little bit of time for this to sort of happen. And so this is now being sutured. And if we have a quick look at the items, we'll then sort of see that there's llama wool yarn sewn into the right hand of Syrian, of Zaradin. And we still need to get the dressing done. So let's just wait. I'm assuming... Let's just follow this one around again. Now it's preparing an easy meal. Is it going to still do that? Oh, here we got here. Sev, store item in stockpile. Oh, it's already done it. Okay, so Sev came through and actually has now done the other bits and pieces. If we have a quick look at the health again. Wounds has now been sutured. Treatment, no treatment scheduled. So somebody else has come through. Sev has received pigtail dressing on the right hand by Sev. So just one of the peasants has wandered through and bandaged it all up for us. There we go. So saying on Fridays we fought. Yeah, that's a good point. Fortress Friday. Yes, we are back as Fortress Friday. I like that idea. But I'll probably play more than once a week, I think, at this stage. I'm loving this fortress. This has been one of the most fun fortresses that I've been playing in for quite some time. Funny thing is, it's dangerous as a fortress, but it's not dangerous with the stuff that's coming in. It's just been stuff happening all the time. It's been really, really cool. So anyway, this one here, if we now go back to the items, we'll now sort of see that it's got the llama wool yarn is sewn into the right hand. The pigtail cloth is wrapped around the right hand. So a simple dressing there. So this is good stuff. Hi, D John, how you going? And we'll just continue on. So that is essentially the full. Like this is how specific it actually is. So they had to cut the rotten stuff off the actual hand itself. Now, what do we got through here? Brew drink is fine. Yeah, everyone else is now finished. Now, Zaradin will now just rest, but not on the. It'll probably. I don't know if someone will move it across the table. Let's just watch it for a minute. No one's moving him across. Oh, there he goes. He's actually had enough of a rest, and it's time to attend a meeting. So he's okay. Now we have some very unhappy dwarves. While we're building things up. Now we've got this now done, which is great. So this is the start of securing things for us. Yeah, so we're building more and more of these, which is important. All the way down to this layer here, because this is really where it gets quite dangerous. Do we have any other? Yeah, we've got this here. I don't know why we're not doing those. Let's have a quick look and see who's a woodcutter. We've got Vinyl Rabbit, and the Vinyl Rabbit is the farmer, but also does have the axe now as well. Now, Alta Buffalo, I can't actually make a militia person into a woodcutter. So even though that's our skilled woodcutter, we can't really go and do that one. So it sort of interferes with what they get up to. And who else have we got over here? This is Sick the Doctor. Brewer Cook. Okay, that's okay. All right, going off to construct more buildings. So they're taking the wood from in here. Now, how big is that? Not very big. I'll still just get all these chopped down as well. Just any wood that we actually have in here, because we will be needing it. Now, that helmet snake is still floating around somewhere. This is safe for us to go and chop down as well, as is that. So as we come up, we've actually locked this off. We've locked this off. So there's no way through here in the top. That's fine where that is. That sort of is completely covered. This is only one layer high, so that's actually all okay as well. So we've got all that under control. Then as we come back down again, I need to secure this area. I'll get that one cut. Yep, we've got those going to be sliced up as well. And that's pretty much it now, down to this position, down this other side. Got these turned off until we actually get things built. Now that's supposed to be being built there as well. We've just got too much to do, basically. We've got like the bottom wall done through there. This can still be climbed over. This one as well. We've got this one still waiting to get certain things built back and through this other side as well. What we can do is we can come back, just because I do need to get hold of the wood again. Actually, we've already got rid of the top section there, so I'm just going to go back in and remove this one, so we end up with a bit of like another piece of wood. We ultimately need to, actually I may even sort of start to look at getting other things built. Let's go back down deeper into the fortress and just sort of see where we are with stuff. So this is probably about as low as we want to go. The reason this is called the Pit of Doom is because this is a big open pit, and unfortunately dwarves and all sorts of stuff end up falling down here. This is not good. So we've got all sorts of damage done in the bottom of the fortress here with dwarves falling over. Now, actually, if we go back up to F1, that's making me wonder. No, that's okay. We've still got other coffins that we're trying to be bringing back into here as well. I think everything else is actually okay. This is clay loam. This one won't become grass, unfortunately. So it's just going to sort of not be of any great use to us for anything. We've just got all of our basic stuff set up in the top of the fortress. We'll eventually be wanting to bring everything down. So let's just go and have a bit of a look at this one through here. They're still preferring to walk around rather than using the staircase. We will eventually get the staircase up and running. Back in through here, we're just finishing off now the final steps for what will become the actual hospital. So this is going to ultimately be our hospital zone. I think we might, yeah, we've got a lot of unusable stone in here. So if that's the hospital, we've got this area coming straight off into here. I want this to be the main area that we start to make use of in the fortress. Let's just go back up a few levels. This is all nice and secure. What we could do is set up a whole other area in around here as well. So we've got a fair few layers above us before we sort of get to this level here. Now that's all kaolinite. Kaolinite is not what we want to be digging into. This is like clay, so this is not something that I'm all that interested in. Sylvite, I'm not sure what sylvite is. We've got rock salt there. I think I'll just keep on coming back down. Actually, what is sylvite? If I go back into my, where is it? It's the places. I forget how to look at this. Is it? It's not going to be stocks. There is a way. Open the general search and zoom interface. What does that one do? Creatures. Okay. Locations. Groove Fortress. Yeah. Okay. And artifacts. Now this is we found one before. This one here, Kazakh. Where are you? I couldn't find this one last time. I didn't click on the name and hit enter. You can't find it. We don't know where this is. We know it's here. So the music's of shooting, a short sword. The others I think we have. Like we can find that this is, the scepter is here. But this one is missing somehow. We don't know where it is. So it must be hidden deeper into like in the rock. If you haven't watched what we're doing, this is a loot pile with all sorts of artifacts and things in it, where a rock has like a family of rocks, like the gigantic birds. They're the biggest flying animal in the game, and they've actually, this is their roost or their hoard, and so they've actually come through in here and have. We had to block that off, luckily, with the well. But this is actually their loot pile. Now that we've been through these rooms, so we know that they're not hiding in here. But deeper down into the fortress, there is actually other areas which we've had to close off. This is actually, we haven't been fully everywhere in here, so we just got to be hopeful there's no rocks back down here. If I just come back up again a little bit, where does it start? Here, this is another loot pile of the rocks. And so what we've had to do is to try to stop them from getting access into anything. Like we've locked off this area. We've put like a wall there, so that we haven't searched any of this. So if the rocks are in around here, they're going to be hiding in one of the rooms. This is the old bedroom from the reclaimed fortress, and again, we've had to put a wall there just to block that off. So that gives us access to the rest of the fortress, and another one there. That is now closed off all of the bedroom layer. You can see on the mini-map, bedrooms all the way down, like a very extensive network. And it goes up another level as well. But actually, that one there, how dangerous is that? That's dangerous. That's actually inside our zone. I didn't realise that. That's very dangerous. Okay, that's very dangerous. So we've got this here. The rocks could be hiding anywhere inside these rooms, so we just haven't been to. This area here, we blocked that off. But we haven't been to every single room. That's dangerous as well. We've got a door which leads to nowhere. And a hatch that leads to there's a staircase that goes up to nowhere. I don't know why that's there. Anyway, that's all okay. We haven't been into all these different places, but we just, I guess, with fingers crossed that there's no rocks hidden in any of these little rooms. What we should do is actually really go and search it out, and I did actually have a little thing where I was going to make whoever's really, really unhappy just go and actually go into all the different rooms and sort of see how it all happens. Okay, there we go. So Six saying everyone head to Daz Tactics live YouTube channel and give it a sub. Yeah, thank you for that. It's I'm only a handful of subs away now to to be able to monetize the channel, which would be great. So not sure if we'll reach that today, but hopefully over the weekend we'll get there. It's sort of funny, like it's sort of it accelerated at the start. Now it's sort of just slowing down. I think I've got to maybe play a different type of game, like one more time, like just something a bit more different. But I'm not sure what I want to, what next live stream. Well, I've got a fair few ideas of what the next live stream series will be. Like Quasimorph, I want to actually do a massive live stream on a series on that one. It's an incredible game. But that's just releasing very soon. So we've got these things here, these dolomite doors. One thing I do want to do, see how it's forbidden, but it's still passable. So they can actually still walk their way through it. One thing I was a bit concerned about was, when we just come back down again to this bottom layer, we released some of the material from in here, I thought. Yeah, that's actually open. It should be available for them. But the military didn't actually get completely dressed. If we have a quick look at the group, Private Joe has not picked up the bits and pieces. Fighter. Oh, that's what it'll be. Well, that's Dragster, sorry. That's not what I was looking at. So Private Joe is, just go back to the squads, and then go back down to the, just go and click on them so that they're selected and go to their equipment. For whatever reason, these are not being picked up, yet we do actually have details that we did actually assign. I'll go over, just go confirm. Detect conflicts. There's no conflicts. But there should be the different weapons. So if Private Joe has not picked up what Private Joe needs, which is frustrating. If we have a bit of a look at some of these things, like we've got the Brithless Bronze helmet, for example. If we just go back in and allow that one to be picked up. So that one is now fine. There was other things in here as well. Bronze breastplate. You see how this one has actually been opened up, but just hasn't actually been picked up. So I'm not sure what the go is there. Like that short sword, I can just unlock that as well, an iron short sword. So, I mean, I've got them. It should be available for them to go and grab. So I'm not sure why that's not actually happening. Anyway, we'll just have to wait and see. We may have to remove Private Joe from that group. Private Joe does have skills, though, military skills. I'll let it happen for a little bit. When we run into trouble, I'll try to do a bit of an evaluation and see if we can actually fix that up. We've got, brand new military. Let's just go back up the top here. So what do we need to do? It's really just now a matter of building things until something actually does happen. The helmet snake is still around. We've got goats. There's the helmet snake, which is on this level, but it's sort of way up in the north. This is the one I think that hit Zaradin. And so we do need to essentially get the various areas blocked off. We just go back up again into our zone. So that's all fine there. It really is now just a matter of trying to sort out the building. In fact, if I just make that a top priority, I might make these areas into here just so we can actually get these done as well. Make that into a top priority. If I come back up to the top, make that a top priority as well. Make that into a top priority. Hang on, does that one go up? It has to go up even another level. It's not going to work from there. So I'm just going to go and fix this. That's ultimately going to be okay. So if I come to, well, this is actually not what I want. So I'm just going to go and cancel this construction. Actually, no, I can still do it. I'll just let it happen. This is already a top priority, so and somebody's coming to pick this one up. Just let them do the building. All right, that's now been built, and so now at this level we now need to put another block in through this other side. Actually, before I do that, sorry, we meant to go back down into this layer here with the hospital. And now that we've got this one built, I was just talking before about trying to build something else back in around this sort of zone. So if that's the hospital, I'll be wanting to go up a few layers. So this is now the Sylvite. That's right, we're trying to find what Sylvite was. And so objects, it's not that one. Justice, no. Stone use. So we'll just find out what Sylvite actually is. Now this is economic stone, so this is stuff that we pretty much don't want to be using if we can help it, so it all looks a bit unusual. So Sylvite must just be in the other stone category, so anything that looks like this sort of boulder. And so I want Sylvite. Yep, Sylvite is there. Now it tells me as well whether stuff is magma safe or not, which doesn't really matter for us. But Sylvite, we have a lot of Sylvite, so let's go and start to dig into another zone with the Sylvite, and so we can make blocks out of Sylvite, for example, and make sort of like a red fortress down below if we needed to. So this is a few layers. Look, we've got a fair few layers of this Sylvite. So we'll just go back into, say, here and start to dig. Now we have to be careful. The layer that goes up needs to have like a ramp there. I can't get rid of this until we've actually got all of this built. But I will actually just go across now. And one thing I can do is just literally come off the side of one of these things. So we'll just go into here and dig around this way, I guess. And then we'll just dig north, dig a corridor, and we'll start to make this into like a basic area for our dwarves. I'll make this into like into a main location, and then we're going to have back in through here again as well. I'll make this into like a storage location. Now the storage location I will come back up from in the middle here. So we're going to end up with like lots of rock and stuff like this. So I'm just going to go and build a staircase that goes from the middle here up. Just one, and so we'll end up with different workshop layers that are, say, 4 wide. Actually, won't do it there. I'll just get rid of that one, sorry. Just so we can block off these if there's any sort of problem. You know, I don't really need to do that. Things like, for example, the stone worker and the it's only really the crafts dwarf that I need to consider doing this with. And maybe I'll just leave the crafts dwarf on its own down here. I'll do another one over here as well. I'll do a couple of them, and then we'll just have like a largish area just for the actual for the rest of the workshops. So we'll sort of end up with a largish workshop area in through here. That'll do. So if we sort of look at the 3x3 there, blank 3x3, that's fine. And so we'll just do these stairs going up and down through this other side. I'll just go and set up an area there. So this will be craft dwarf in here, because these get claimed and then there can be problems. So anything that's like a specialist location we'll sort of have in that side. Actually, I might even do an up-down stair. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll end up with the raw materials above and then finished materials below. So if we just come back up, we'll start here and move down to there. So that will be an up-down stair in the middle. So we'll just do the same in here as well. Top, bottom, and then back in here as well. Top, bottom, and I'll do the same thing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, So we've got 4 gaps, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one here. That should then give us what we need, and then we'll just go and dig in. Now what I'll do is I'll make this large area through here like just a massive storage area. So we'll end up sort of like just building probably even wider again, just a couple wider. I won't go with this too much initially. We'll just go into, say, there to start with, and then we'll just sort of slowly dig this out as required. That gives me a fair bit of digging for the guys to then come and do when they finish off the hospital. So that's, and then we can sort of start to then have more storage back up this way as well. I'll just do the same deal as what we had done back down this other side. So it starts over here. And that was going to be 17 wide, I think, was it? No, 19 wide. All right, that will just at least give me a baseline there. So we'll just go with those. That should be good. So that just gives my miners something to do while we look at the rest of this and pause. Now this has now come up to here. We are trying to make blocks with this one up in this other side. If I just go back to constructions, wall. We've got the cap logs. We've got chalk. I'll just grab rock, whatever rock I can find at this stage. We'll make that into a top priority. Now, not enough nest boxes. We do need to sort that out as well. There's no great screaming urgency with what we're doing at this stage, so I'm not going to rush what's actually happening through here. We're now digging through here, which is good. Make this into a top priority. So it's going to just be placing it above the door that's there. And we've dug up to here. I don't want to open this one up just yet. This is kaolinite. This is not something we can use for building, unfortunately. Yeah, that's actually been placed there, so we can just make that into a top. Oh, someone's already doing that one. That's okay. We'll just keep on sort of watching as they finish off this particular location. That's now been done as well. So we've now got this one, and make that into a top priority. Now we've got that one there. Now I can just go and say, okay, resume construction there, but make it a top priority. So we just keep on sort of building these up as we go. And still only got the one helmet snake, etc., which is fine. Now that's now created this one here. We can now just go back in and resume construction there. Make that a top priority. So we'll just keep on building these through here. Now that location there, that's the top layer. This is the next layer down. Yeah, we're not going to be building these just yet. We'll just suspend construction through here. Not that we can do anything just yet, but I'll just get it ready for when we need to build it. We need to not, if we construct anything out before we get to the end places, we can't then reach the other bits of it. So we just got to do it little bit by little bit. That's what, yeah. So people are coming in now to pick up the different bits and pieces. Now what are you? Massey is hungry. There is heaps of food though, so we don't have to worry about it. We got our growing area down very, very quickly before anything really happened. This one we can resume construction. Should be a top priority. Yep, they're all just now moving through, just picking up the different blocks and things. Again, just keeping an eye on the wildlife. That's now secure. This area through here, we can now dig our way through. Now, actually, we don't need to, because this blocks it off. Because it's now, there's no point, that you can't get through the hinge area there. It comes up, but then there's no way through. So we don't need to do anything more there, that's fine. All right, this one here, just go and resume construction, top priority. Better come back down here as well. This one here now needs to have another one, so we'll just go back in. Constructions, walls. And we're now sort of seeing things like Silvite and stuff like this. This is going to be our cheap stuff. In fact, if we go back to, where was it, the stone use? If we have a look at the stone use and just go to other items, things like that are magma safe, like we've got Slade. Shale is not. Okay, we've got shale. That's okay. Make that a top priority as well. Space Pants is coming. Everything's going well. Oh, we've got 4 troglodytes again. Damn it. 9 troglodytes, damn it. All right, so we hopefully will have them. This is actually where the helmet snake had bitten Zaradin at the start of this particular one. Hi, Draven, saying, hope everything's doing well today. Yes, it is, I think. So I think we're moving forward. Yeah, Sick is saying Quasimorph is a game of the year, roguelike material for sure. It's so good. It's a great game. Great game. I almost played it today, but I'm now holding off because it's so close to launch. There's a few games like that. Scramble, Battle of Britain, I was going to play that one today, but then I thought, it's they're going to be releasing the new campaign mode very, very soon, so I didn't want to have that get in the way of anything. Now, if these troglodytes make it through again into this zone, in fact, we've got trouble in here with the cage traps. I'm going to have to figure out, what's going wrong with different bits and pieces. The troglodytes get into here. This is actually where, and this is why we end up with all the different problems everywhere. So if they climb over the fence, over these gates, let's just go and do a perimeter search of the whole thing. So if we go from here and travel north, and we're just going to be moving along this area, we hit this wall here, so that one doesn't go anywhere, but there is we can go along here towards the north. This is an upward slope. If I go up, there's another upward slope there. This one then continues on. This is all upward slopes that then sort of end up this way, which then takes us up to this top section. It can't get through here, so that's actually all okay. It can't get through there. So then we've got sort of like cliffs. We'll come back down the bottom there in just a minute. This has then got more upward slopes, so it doesn't go anywhere else in through here. So upward slope, which then finishes off here, so at this wall, and finishes off at that wall. Now we know that that's actually blocked in. There's no way through there. And we've got 2 levels of wall there. So that's all blocked off. So that part is secure. So we don't need to worry about that one. There's nothing can get through there except for like siege engines and stuff like that. So we come back down. So from there to there is all completely safe. We then come back up to here. We've got a level 1 there. We haven't done this one. So this one something can crawl up through here and end up sort of basically getting into what we actually end up having. So I'm going to need to build another staircase down in here. So we'll just do it bit by bit. Constructions, stairs, and we'll just build these out of wood or something. How far up? It needs to go up 3. Tower cap logs, I'll just make them all out of that. So, and so these are, I'll make this into a top priority as well. Hi Sev, how are you going? So that one there, we need to block this off because something could climb over this wall very, very simply. And the troglodytes, I think, are good climbers. I think they are. And similarly back in here as well. What I'll do is, all the way along here, this is a problem. Because that's now blocking this off. So we can't get through there. Or through there. Okay, so this is a weakness. With that in mind, I think that we have some issues here. Now let's just go and resume construction there, make that a top priority. Just go back up to here. That's already a top priority, but no one's taken it yet. That one there is a top priority with space pants, so that will then finish off that one through there. So we're sort of, this is our weak point, and then we come back across through this line through this other side, and then we've got all that blocked off. So we're okay through here. So we're sort of secure. Well, we're pretty secure everywhere except for those areas like where they can climb over the areas, like over the rock. One thing I might just do is just block off this area through here now. I'll just make this one into forbidden and leave it there, I think, just because of the troglodytes. Where are they all? Mountain goats outside here. Oh wow, look at them all coming in, swarming in. We don't want to be dealing with these guys. I don't know if they can climb. Skills. We're not going to see it there. The only way we can actually find out really what's going on with these guys is to go back out into here. We'll just go into Dwarf Fortress Wiki. And we'll do a search for troglodytes. Troglodyte. Here they are. And ugly, stupid creatures in the upper cavern layers. They're a pain in the bum. So we can actually have a look to see what their roars are. And this will then tell us usually what their skill sets are, I think. Like what they're made up of. Body appearance. It's their attack. Body parts by stance, okay. Gait, okay, climb. I'm not sure what these numbers mean actually. Yeah, it looks like, I'm guessing with those numbers, I'm just guessing this, but I'm guessing that that's actually reasonable. That they can actually climb if they need to. And again, swimming, it's not as if it zeros all the way through. Well, one thing, there's a creature we know is good at this, and that's the trolls. So if we look up troll, just get a bit of a feel, because trolls can climb very, very well. So if we look at their roars, back down in here, walk, scramble. Yeah, actually their numbers are much higher, isn't it? Look at the numbers in through here. Fast climbing, yep, so 6,000. Slow climbing, even more, and then creeping, very much so. So these are very, very good. And if we just go back again to the troglodyte and have a quick look at what they've got, their climbing ability is nowhere near as good. So scramble 700. I'm not sure what all these other things actually are, but they're nowhere near as good. Okay, so it may be enough to keep them out. I'm guessing. I'm hoping. All right, let's let them come through. They're just going to hover off to the side there. We've got one Ruthra now as well. Anyway, we've locked this off. We do have like basics. Oh, hang on. All right. Make it passable. So who's this? This is Alta Buffalo, the militia commander. In you come. I was just picking up Cave Spider Silk. We'll lock that one off again. This one here, we're going to resume construction, make that a top priority as well. So we'll just get these walls built. That one, the Space Pants, is still trying to get back up there with a piece of rock. This is all good stuff, and yeah, we'll just continue along here. That one there is, yep, Zaradin is doing that one. Haven't built this one yet. If we see them come into this zone, I think we have to destroy them. Yeah, items are inaccessible. There we go. That's now been done. Here they come. Here comes the troglodytes. We'll see if they can crawl over. That is, yep, Zaradin's taken that one. Good. And here comes the troglodytes now. We'll just make this one resume construction. Priority on. So maybe deploy militia on the bottom of the pit so that they're closer if needed. Yeah. Or just in. The only real way in now is over the gates. So I could just station them here. But let's just see what if it makes it across. If we see any of them in here, see, it's tried to get through the door, but it didn't make it. And where's the others? Here they all come. They're all just still hovering over here. So let's just wait and see what this one does. There's one that's wandering around, doesn't really know what to do, trying to find a way across. But I don't think it's actually good enough to be able to climb over the wall. So I just don't think their climbing ability is like a troll or anything like that. That's now been completely set up, so we can now just go back into here and start to get more wood back, which is one thing we do need. Struck phrase. Yeah, so we've just got this one here. We have to build all the way along here. So we've got that. And then we will need to build this one up as well. Another staircase further up into this other side. That is Vinyl Rabbit's taking that one. Right, we'll just keep watching what these troglodytes get up to. They can't really do much damage down the bottom there. Yeah, no one's taken that job. Good, we'll just resume construction here. Troglodytes now. And this one here, resume construction, top priority. What's he doing there? Is it just sleeping? Constructing building. Where? Hauling tower cap logs. I'm not sure what is happening there with Sev. All right, that's now been built, so that's now secure, that little section. I'm not sure if he's building that one there or not. Anyway, well, something's happened there where Sev is stuck. So there's some problem. Let's leave that where that is. Then we come back up to here. The top priority is on there. Yep, so wanting to get more cave silk from back out this other side. Still happening. I don't know what's happening here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the items and is hauling these tower cap logs. I'm going to forbid it and then unforbid it, and then that should release. There we go, that's now been released. So is now going off to do something else. I don't know what happened there, but what I did there was just the item that was being hauled, I forbade and then let back in again. So if we just follow Sev around for a second. Where are you off to? Storing out, it's got a different job now. Right, that's fine. Oh, here we go. We're bringing different wood up to the top, which is great. All right, let's go down and see how our mining operation is performing. So we're in the middle here now, just trying to set up the what's going to ultimately be the workshop layers. I really wanted to just get basic rock so we can start to sort of make use of this. Now, it looks like the others are starting to haul things up to the top. Yes, we're starting to now get rock up here, which I won't need ultimately, but I'll still let that happen for now. Everything else is looking good, so we'll just sort of leave all that where that is. I might have to check all my work orders as well in a little while, just to see what's going on. Why, like, you know, like there's yes, actually Sev's cancelled our building. That's fine. So need empty cages as well. So we're getting a lot of empty cage type warnings. And it's probably to do with the fact that we just don't have a real lot of raw materials. So let's just go back down to these layers in here and just sort of see what they're up to. Again, we don't have to do a hell of a lot down in this other side. They seem to dig out less rock than what they used to. Like it's sort of it's a bit more tricky than what used to actually happen. Now, is that they built all? Yeah, they've built all of this. Ultimately, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be replacing all this stuff anyway. I just wanted to have like some sort of scaffold to make it a little bit easier for building things. I've only got some alabaster blocks there. That's okay. So just keep on sort of constructing all this stuff. Someone should be taking this job here. Well, here we go. We've now got early winter. So we need to mine a lot of rock to be able to then start to make use of stuff. So we'll just keep the mining going. Alright, so that's all fine. We'll just unpause. Still got these troglodytes just hovering around. They can't break in, so they're just wandering. They're just sitting there. Yeah, so their climbing ability is not good at all. Oh, that's actually a problem. This is when I go from there to there, that's actually an open space, which you can't really sort of see. Is looking down on this one here, and then there's a stair which was designated to be built there, but it didn't actually go through. That was actually what was trying to be built. So to fix that, what I need to do is, and this is probably a good thing to sort of show potential problems. I'm just going to go. I'm going to build something out of something different. I'm just going to go and click on this one through here, and then go up. I need to go past where I need to build it. So I need to start below it, go up above it, and then go to where I go beyond it. So I can't just go and click in the middle. So I need to do that. And so that is, why didn't that one take it on? It's not doing it. Strange, that's strange. Okay, that didn't work. And what have we got through here? Yeah, nest boxes, winter. Now that should have worked. When we have a look at this one here, we've got the, what I'll do is I'm just going to delete. Let's see, it might be this one here. No, not that one. So we've got open space, then we've got fungi wood twigs have actually gone across. That's the problem. This thing here has actually made it so we can't build there. Right, so that when we look up through here, it tells me what's there, and the twigs will stop the building. It's like in through here as well. This tower cap will actually stop me from building. Will also stop things from wandering through, but it's not effective. So I need to get rid of this. So I'm just going to go down and chop this tree down. Hopefully at some point. Notice that none of the trees are being chopped. And if we have a look, maybe we'll have a quick look at who is supposed to be doing this. This is Vinyl Rabbit, the farmer. Let's have a look and see what Vinyl Rabbit's up to. It looks like it's carrying an axe. Yeah, it's got an iron battle axe. What I might do is I might just tell it that its job is to chop down those trees right now, and I'll just have to remember not like to then release it. So I'll say you only do that job from now on. Let's just follow it around. Yeah, it's going down to fell the tree. That's good. There we go. That's good. The other one was up on a ridge. Oh, he's in. He's in. So one of the troglodytes has actually made his way across into the actual. He's now chasing around the water buffalo. Processed plants. Now, a problem we have is that we've got. Oh no, it's been cleared. Good. So what I'm going to do is we actually do have like Began and a few of the others floating around out here. Let's lock this one down, just so that the bloody guys don't get down into here. These troglodytes, where are they? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only the one that we have to actually destroy. So it's this guy over here. So like just while we've got some military out this way, we're just going to go and select the military guys and kill off this troglodyte. So he got through. He must have climbed over the gate. There goes Began. So we've got Began through there. Now we've got one group of citizens is stranded back out through here again as well. So they're sort of, this is Zaradin again. So these ones are sort of locked away. Actually, how far away are they? No, that's okay. Yeah, we've got them sort of in a fairly secure position. Let's follow this troglodyte around. Overcome with terror. Oh, he got through here. Okay, so he may have climbed up these trees. In that case, forget that. And yeah, just routine is just going to be normal. So I don't want the guys going off to kill that one. All right, now that he's actually escaped, we'll just go back and unlock this one, make that one passable. And we should then find that the group of citizens which is stranded is gone. Yeah, that's okay. So, now he's back inside again. You little bugger. You little bugger. Okay, we'll lock that off again. And we'll have to. These are just so painful, these guys. They make it dangerous because if they fight in around here, we're going to, like, that's how we're losing all of our guys. Confirm that target. Yeah, it keeps on climbing up through here. Oh, you know, this is twigs as well. I bet you this has got twigs all over it. Oh no, it's just a wall. It says that's inactive. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Began, or put the squad down there. Let's just go and unlock this. Make that one passable. We'll just put it on station. Where was it? Losing track of where things are. Let's put them on station just on this side in here somewhere. Okay, and then we'll still keep on we'll still keep track of this troglodyte climbing the trees. Got him. Good work, guys. Good work. Eventually. Now we'll take him off station. So no special orders. So finally got him with this group of dimple cups. So Private Joe did get there as well. So again, not wearing any of the equipment that we need, which is not good, really not good. But anyway, who got the actual kill? Looks like it might be Private Joe. Yeah. Hacks a troglodyte in the head and the severed parts. So the head was dislodged somewhere. Is it still in the air? No, I'm not sure where the head is. It must be here as well. Mutilated corpse. There should be a head floating around in here somewhere now. Anyway, 9 troglodytes left. That's good. Let's just leave it like this. And what I will do is I will come back up and we need to chop down these trees as well. So who was the tree? That was Vinyl Rabbit, wasn't it? So we can get rid of that one. Processed plants is done. Sever's become a peasant. Okay, we've got one of the animals has become a stray turkey gobbler. Zaradin cancels store items. Vinyl Rabbit interrupted by a troglodyte. All right, and so that's all okay. So we are sort of just keeping on chopping down all these different trees. What do we want to do there? We've got the... actually, one thing I should just have a quick look at is my zones. This is my pasture zone. Just make sure that we have everything else that we need. I'll go and place those in, and we've got these as well. And we could put the... I'll just grab all of those and just chuck them down the bottom there. We've lost our dogs. They got killed by keers, giant keers. So they've completely gone. Might ask for some dogs, I think, when we do the next lot of trading. We're not seeing any more troglodytes coming through. So we've got 9 of them. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that group there is not as adventurous as the previous one. Now Vinyl Rabbit should be still chopping down trees. And I don't want to finish until Vinyl Rabbit's done what he has to do. We do actually have that problem as well. So yes, it's still going off to fell the trees. Right, so we'll just go and watch this one. Just chop these down. So there'll be one above it. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to pause this for 1 second. We're going to open up this and I'm going to chop this tree down. In fact, I'll chop all of these trees down here and this one as well. Oh, that one's already been designated for chopping. Okay, that's fine. That one there could potentially become a problem as well. So let's just get that chopped as well. All right, and still got the 9 troglodytes. That thing clears out everything that was happening back up through here. Construction there. What that is. Hang on, if we keep on going back up, they can't get to that one. Oh, hang on, that's a floor. That's a floor. That's a floor. I'll just let that one continue on. Yeah, they can't actually reach it. Resume construction there. Make that a top priority there. But this one can't be reached. So open space all the way down. this is screwed up again. So again, the trees have gotten in the way of this one over here. So we'll go and fix this up. That one is, I'll just unselect that one as well. So this one here, we need to go up because we don't have access up through here for whatever reason. So we'll just go and go back into the constructions stairs, and we'll just start from here and just move up. We need to move up 2 layers, and now I can actually do it. So I've got the fungi wood logs. So I'm just going to go into, in fact, what I'll use the tower cap logs, because we can then see the different color. So I'll just go and click on OK. If we now have a look at it, we've got a down stair which has been designated. We've got an up down stair, which is what we need, and we also then have this up stair in through here. If we go and click on it though, it's still waiting for construction. It's waiting to be replaced, so I don't need this one. I'm going to cancel this construction. That then just leaves just the fungi wood upward staircase, which already exists. Then we've got the up-down stair. So I'm just going to go into that one, make that a top priority, and then we should be able to then finish this one off as well. This over here is a bit of a problem. I'm just going to cancel that construction. That one really shouldn't be anything there anyway. And then we'll see how we go as we sort of come back across this other side. We've got a few things here which just haven't really made a lot of sense. So we'll get those things done. At least we've now got this on away from that wall. This one here is fine. So yeah, it's good that we sort of saw the troglodytes climbing those trees. Now where's Vinyl Rabbit? Might be tired. Going off to eat. Yep, okay. We'll still just keep this happening until all this has been cleared. The troglodytes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 8 of them there. There's 2 wandering around down the bottom here. Here they come. Oh, the cat's outside now. So they're on the move. We could just kill them all off as they come wandering through. You've got a bit to sort out here. That's fine. That one there is completely done. 2 crundles now. 7 troglodytes. A couple of them have disappeared. Alright, before we sort of go too much further, that's all fine where that is. Could not find path. Yep, that's okay. Dangerous terrain. Oh, okay. Oh, it might be when they were chopping down the trees. That could be what it was. We won't worry about that so much. I still need to get things dug out here. You know what I might do is I might set up the military here again, or even outside. Just get them to kill off the troglodytes as they wander around. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get our military at least established into here to start with. So we'll just go into station order there. Again, Sev is unconscious. Sleeping, I think. Yeah, sleep. We'll make that one passable. And then just come back out again. So it's become a recruit. Okay, that's all fine. Oh, the troglodytes have all disappeared. Great. Well, in that case, we do have one cave crocodile way over there, which we don't have to worry about. In that case, we'll just release these guys. So no special orders for the military. And we'll just go back down again and wait for this stuff to be built. Wait for Vinyl Rabbit to come out and chop down these trees. There we go, that's now been done. This is part of a, and we've got a wall there, we've got flooring through there. Now this is, underneath there is the wall, which is fine. So as we come back up, that's all flooring. We need to make this into like a great big long wall. So if we just go back across into constructions, wall, and I'll just start from the bottom here to the top, and we'll make these out of, we do have alabaster blocks, so we'll just go and make those with those, and then we'll just go back to the top here, suspend, construction, suspend, because we need to get the furthest one built first. Top priority, yes. And then we will actually ultimately have some on the top here as well. It's the cat, that's okay. We've got our door underneath here. That there is to cancel, I'll just cancel that construction until we sort of need it. This one here is resume and make that a top priority. Lots of crundles down below. We should see this fall now fairly soon. Here we go. I think we're under here now. There we are, good. Okay, that now cleans up these different areas. So we need to get into this zone to be able to build the different bits and pieces. So we can now get across the top. That has also not been built yet. So we need to come into here and build this particular one. So we're just going to go back into constructions. Stairs, start at the bottom again, move our way up to the top area, and we'll just make these out of fungi wood, just go all. So the fungi wood is fine there. We've got a down stair, we've got an up down stair, but then the bottom stair here is actually also then got a fungi wood construction, so we're just going to cancel that construction because we've already got the base there. This one here, we need to make that a top priority as well. Now I need to also then come back across into here and build up this and this. So I'm just going to go back down and build, how far up do we need to do? Yeah, so in both of these I need to go and build a little sort of staircase that goes all the way up. So constructions, stairs, start here, go up 2. Tower cap logs will be fine, and we'll do the same in here as well. Construction, stairs. What I'll do is I'll just keep on building after placement. Well, not that we need to here, but I'll just keep on doing it. We've got fungi wood. Actually, I'll just go into tower cap logs. That'll do. So we'll just get all of those scaffolds built, because that's all that this really is just scaffolding. Resume construction, and top priority on. That still hasn't been taken off just yet. Surface become a peasant. It's okay. So building the bits and pieces here. While we don't have anything really dangerous, this is all fine. The crundles would be annoying if they could get in. They'd be a bit like troglodytes, but they don't live on this layer. Alright, so we've now got all of this stuff. We can now just come back in and start to construct the bits and pieces in here as well. So we'll just go in and construct walls. And I'll just make these out of, I've got the silvite now. There's no screaming rush with this stuff. I'll make it out of those 2 blocks. The troglodyte is starting to get miasma around it. I'm just going to suspend that construction, make that a top priority. Suspend that one as well. Make this into a top priority as well. So we'll just get that one done. And then up through here we just need to build some blocks. So just go back into wall. Make that out of, I'll just make it out of chalk. Make that out of chalk as well, because we can go up. It doesn't really matter, you know, about doing these ones. We'll just make that into a top priority as well. We can get all the way up with this particular one, which is fine. This one is already at the very, very top. I might as well start to pull this one down now as well. So we'll just go and do this one. Okay, so tails. Oh, there we go. We've got 20 raiders. Welcome, guys, from the Smitchell. Welcome to the fortress, the pit of doom. So there we go. Sorry, I missed the when you first came in. So saying good time zone. Oh, that's good. So Tails has redeemed one now. Raiders, if you can go to Daz Tactic Live YouTube channel and follow a sub follow if you have the time. Yeah, they've got the at Daz Tactic Live is my YouTube channel, which I'm trying to build up for doing these sort of live streams. I can't afford to put them on my normal channel because they destroy the algorithm. Actually, we need to resume construct. We're trying to secure the cavern layer to a large degree here. So it's just sort of trying to sort of build different bits and pieces up as we go through. So we've got that secure. It really is now just a couple of walls that we need to then go and get. They still haven't claimed that one yet. I'll just go back up there. That one there still needs to be there. This one here we're done. So let's just go and remove this one. That one was still building. So that's okay. Yep, that's all okay there. They haven't constructed that one yet. So we're sort of done. A bit of a summary as to what's going on, guys. So I'll just do a bit of a story about how we got here. So we're in a location. We reclaimed an existing fortress. So if I go back out to the map, that might be the best place to start. So this is this particular map was generated. It's called I've got my own settings for building like really dangerous maps. And so this is a thing called Evil Island, which I've got like a coffee.com page for my mods, which people can just download them from there. So this is actually a world generation where everything that's brown is evil. So there's evil everywhere. So there's lots and lots of evil stuff. We were trying to find a reclamation of one of the collapsed, one of the destroyed ruins. Like we've got different ruins in through here. You can see through here a fortress of Actocraft, which has got no civilized population. So we can sort of we can reclaim. We only had 2 we could reclaim, and so the one we reclaimed was just in here. You can see there's other ones here with mountain halls, but with no one living in it. So this particular mountain hall, which is right on the edge of a haunted hill, like haunted hills, and so the very corner of our fortress is actually haunted. So we've got like a bit of a biome that extends into our fortress. But the interesting thing with this one is when we actually looked at at what actually happened here. This is the Dwarven Fortress of Lance Sounded, and the legend of Lance Sounded. Maybe I'll even show that actually because it's sort of interesting. If I just go back across into my mods, I'll just go to downloads, games. I'll just open up the legend viewer so you can sort of see Lance Sounded. It's it's interesting because a lot stems from this now with what's actually going on. Where is it? Dwarf Fortress. I'm going to do one thing at a time. There we are. 2026. This is the legend viewer 1.2.5, which is the current one. Just go and start her up. This one then builds essentially it builds it into here. I'll just load in. This is the windy domain. This is the map that we're playing. This way we can look at the actual legends and see exactly what's going on. So we'll explore this. And so this is the world overview of what's actually going on. If we go into the society and then go into, actually not the society, we go into, we can go into map, I think, and just sort of do it from in here. So if we have a look at where we are, I think that's us there. Yeah, this is Lance Sounded. Let's just go straight there. So this was a ruin. These legends were taken out before we started doing anything. So you can see that there's different battles and so on and so forth. But what actually is interesting about this one here is, if I just make it so we've got like 100, and then sort of go down through the different bits and pieces. So for the first, couple of 100 years, they do fairly well. And through here where they sort of end up building up, they've got some notable dwarves, build all sorts of different things. They build all these different roadways everywhere. So they've got like they constructed the teal dye halls. So these are all tunnels that extend out through the, at that stage, through the actual, through the mountains. So they've actually been building this well before us. Different notable dwarves have been settling into here as well. So it became quite a big settlement. Then in the different people came in and started authoring different books. So it became quite a civilized little area. Then in 110, the Siena Geysers attacked the early Lancers. This is a group of humans. So humans actually sort of came through, and there was also then leader of the attack was a zombie dwarf. So we've actually got a zombie dwarf has actually come through leading this group of humans. And so most of the dwarves then got struck down during this particular fight. A lot of the stuff that was actually in through there again as well, and they defeated the actual government in through here, and it was a conquest. So they then gets taken over by humans, with led by this sort of zombie dwarf, which is so cool. Anyway, then we've got this is all happening in the year 110. So then we actually have all sorts of different humans start to sort of then come into the actual location. You've got the other dwarves and stuff was brought back to the dead. So we've now got necromancers living in the tower in this particular location. You can see there a lot of the actual people who were part of the fight from 6 years ago are brought back to life as zombies. So that's what happens in this particular location. I love this game, just how deep it actually gets. Anyway, it continues on in this sort of vein until the year 120, where a rock, so Tatlosh, the rock, attacks the Wall Coalition at Lance Sounded, and essentially they ends up destroying it. So it ends up destroying it, and again takes over the actual location here. And then this becomes the lair. So you can see there in 136, different things were stolen. So the rocks are now, the rock is now stealing various stuff from around the location. So it's actually flying off. In this case, it flew off to Axe Siege, one of the fortresses. And so Tatlosh has now stolen this particular artifact. So there's a special bracelet, so Tooth Grip, the Flickering General. And it's then stored in the location. So it's stored by the rock Tatlosh in Lance Sounded. So Lance Sounded is now sort of becoming its hoard. So it's now got like a hoard of loot. And it keeps on doing that and bringing stuff back all the time, back to Lance Sounded. So Lance Sounded is the hoard of these rocks, like giant birds. And different people have come at different times to sort of then try to reclaim it. So, and it just goes on and on and on with, different people being struck down as they sort of come in to try to reclaim Lance Sounded. So that's what we entered into, as essentially a rock lair. So that's the group when we come back into it. So the rocks were going off and raiding and bringing stuff back. If I just go and click on done. So this is the fortress. If I just zoom back out, this is the top of the fortress back into here that was actually originally there. When we come back down, there's like a pit in through here that extends all the way down through the map. We've had troglodytes come in, and we've lost a lot of fighters jumping to their doom through this pit. Let's get rid of those. So we've settled up the top here, just building basic workshops, just getting established at the start here, just so we can sort of at least then crack open the bottom. Got some military, which we've lost all of our military. We've had to rebuild them up. We're starting to now settle into here and make this into like where our workshop layer will ultimately be. So we're still digging all this out. So we've got only a couple of miners at this point in time. It's going to be storage ultimately. We had no water, so we had to then go and find water. So this is actually the only well that we have, the only water source. And I've started to build a hospital here, but haven't actually constructed it yet. So that was a bit of drama. We lost a couple of people to dehydration. This thing continues on down through the pit. We're trying to secure this cavern layer, just so we can get wood and also get farming. So we've got farming back out through here. We've locked off certain areas of the fortress, so we've built our own stairs, and we'll ultimately try to secure the pit area. Comes down. This is then the start of the old fortress. And you can see there's lots and lots of bedroom layers, which we haven't even explored because there will be rocks and things in here hidden away. So we don't want to go through there. So what I've done is I've walled off sections. We haven't even explored fully all this stuff yet. So we've been into some of these rooms, but not all of them. Down through here, we've just been blocking off so that if the rocks, well, I'm assuming the rocks are still here. So but they'll be hidden away. Like you'll find them in bedrooms, and we just don't know where they are. Then all of a sudden you'll be in a massive fight. So we're trying to just secure everything through here by walling off the old bedrooms. So they've all been walled off, but we haven't been into all these different locations. So the rocks could still be in these rooms, but we just haven't gone in to have a look. We've looked in a couple of them, but not very many. This is all the old fortress where the old metalsmith forges and so on and so forth from when it was first settled. So the first settlements are still sort of actually happening through here. And then then it's got all these bedroom layers and stuff back over here again, which I've already locked off. So all of this is locked off. We haven't explored this at all. We will eventually. So this is all unknown. As we come back up, this one here we've locked off at the top, but we haven't gone in there. This one here I haven't locked off, and I haven't explored it yet. And it's important that we do this. What I'm doing is I've now got 3 really unhappy dwarves. So I was going to get one of the unhappy dwarves and make an actual a one-man band to go into every single room that we have exposed and just see what's going on. So we'll do that fairly soon, I think. So that's because this one does have access into our actual fortress. So that's sort of where we are. And then there's all this loot. We've got all this loot that they actually picked up, which was, where did they leave the loot? Actually, it's all down the bottom here. This is one big group of loot that they actually have collected. So the rocks have collected all this loot in here. I've left this one all forbidden at this stage, but there's also, I've tried to get a few things where some of the guys can just go and pick up like iron warhammers and stuff like this. Might just make that it's a forbidden door. I'll keep everything forbidden pretty much. They can still walk through it, they just can't claim it as such. So that's actually okay. And then even further down, as we sort of come back down into the fortress, where's our pit? Pit's still in here. Extends on down through here. And this is another big area of where this is like artifacts that they've brought in. So these are bone greaves, which are artifact greaves. So we've got all this stuff, all this loot available to us, but we just haven't actioned it yet. We almost made a disaster when we built the well. We almost flooded the fortress, but we didn't. We noticed it just in time. And then, of course, we've got the bottom of the pit is now full of bones and exploded dwarves as they've sort of fought the various. You can see there's Sev, Tailsty Fox. So, and if anyone's interested, we don't actually have any free dwarves yet, but we've got to, when the next migration wave, anyone who names a dwarf will end up, and if their dwarf dies, they get banned for 30 minutes. So that's what's happened with Tails, and Tails has now got his second one coming in fairly soon, I think, in the next wave. Anyway, that's sort of where we are with the fortress. So at the moment, all we're really doing is just trying to secure this this upper layer in through here, just trying to stop anything from coming through. The main reason for that is that this is just so dangerous if there's any fighting that goes on in here. It's so we've almost in the last episode lost another of our fighters who just happened to be crawling around on the edges. You can see what they like. There's little symbols that show what the status of the dwarf actually is. So if they've got little hands, it means that they're crawling. If they've got blue down arrows, it means that they're scrambling around climbing. If they've got the hands, if they've got down arrows, they're crawling, or falling, one of the two. And if they've got the brown down arrows, then that means they're sort of prone on the ground. So anyway, that's where we are with that one. Let's continue on. So we're just going on pause. So we're just trying to get all this stuff built at this stage. Yep, so we've got different people building all this stuff. As they build these different locations, I'll then just clean them up. That one's done. That one's already done a top priority, but Sev's coming up to build that one. This thing is, miasma is, this is going to make people unhappy. No one's taken that one. Oh yes, they have. I need to, yep, so Space Pants is now coming in to build that one, which is good. This miasma is going to make them unhappy. That one I can now resume construction. Make that a top priority. That's now all locked off, which is great. We can now just start to come back down and lock off the top of those. This is now ready for building again as well. So I'm just going to constructions, walls, and we'll make this out of, we've got only 4 chalk, we'll make it out of sylvite, and we'll just suspend this construction, just so we can get across the wall. Yep, Space Pants is coming to do that one as well. This one here, we need to resume construction, make that a top priority. And then once that's been built, we'll need to then build this one in here. All right. Constructions, wall. And I'll just make this one out of chalk. Yeah, unfortunately these things are dying inside here. That one we can now resume construction there. Make it a top priority. Getting close now with securing all of this. Yeah, Orangutan, so I'm going to love this. Rewind the stream, loving this series. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Hell of a lot of fun. It's been actually one of the most fun forts without it being in a reanimating biome that I think I've played, to be honest. It's been just so interesting with that pit. And we still haven't found the rocks yet, so that will be, of course, interesting. Alpha Buffalo's coming in to do that one. Space Pants coming up here. That's now been done. Resume, priority. So we're just doing the basic stuff now. Yep. Alpha Buffalo's coming in to do that one. That's good. All right, that's now secure all the way through there. That's almost secure. Yep, Massey's coming in to finish off that one. That's secure. That's secure. This is still not secure. We'll just go back and resume construction there. That's floor, which is fine. Make that a top priority. Now that should be everything secure after this. Yes, we've got, this is the top layer there. Now, something happened there. Oh, here we go. We've got Zasset. Ghostly Axe Dwarf has risen. And now this is, Zasset is somebody who came. We've only had one dwarf arrive to actually ask to actually patrol the fortress. And so Zasset was that particular one. Got killed outside, I think, by a helmet snake, I think. Anyway, that's now risen to haunt the fortress back around outside here. I think Zasset's bones are, so not really part of the fortress. I think they were out here somewhere. Is that Zasset? Troglodyte? I'm sure she was killed out here. Anyway, she was just here to eradicate monsters and yeah, didn't do a great job of it. Is that her? Yeah, that's her there. So she's her mangled skeleton was killed off in through here. I'm pretty sure she died from a helmet snake. There's a copper battle axe. I might even go back and reclaim that. This is all a bit damaged, except for this one sock. So I'll just leave that where that is. We won't go and reclaim that. I don't think we've got any great need for stuff like this. This is, we're sort of moving through fairly well. We're of course using DF hack, which makes life a lot easier. Let's go back up. So we've got make cloth bags completed. Stray cats are fine. Okay, we're still making good stuff, and we are going to now need to memorialize this particular one. So there should be, we've got auto slab on as well, and just don't know if we've got slabs. Let's have a quick look and see. So if we go down into slabs, there we are, no slabs. Okay, so we didn't make any slabs. We should have automatically. You know what it's going to be? It's going to be because I don't have enough rock. That's going to be what's stopping us from building stuff. Let's have a quick look and see. Oh, this guy, I didn't actually set this one up properly. I need to keep these miners working. I need to get them going all the time. All right, let's go and dig out this now. Just trying to dig out the... just want as much rock as we can possibly get. Yeah, no, I missed by one. So these are just going to be staircases down. We'll just go and get this one just again, just so we can pick up the sylvite. If we go into the boulders, you can see we've got 34 that we can actually make use of. So, and if I go back into my work orders and have a look at why we're not making rock, what is it? We've got rock crafts being done. Rock nest boxes are being done as required, but we haven't actually made any use of those. But the actual, we've got the coffins and also not happening automatically. The rock grates, covers, slabs, there it is there. If we have a look at and see what's going on here, it requires 50 non-economic hard stone boulders before it'll actually make any of them. So it's got 34, it doesn't have 50. So I need to either change that number or mine more, which is what I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to get it up with like probably over 100 of the different boulders. And so I'm just going to come back up. And in fact, what I might do is I might change. I was going to be making blocks out of something else. If we go back into this, is our only stoneworkers workshop at this stage. Let's just go and make some slabs. So we need to make the basic slabs first. Now we've lost four dwarves, including that one there. So I'll just make 4 slabs for the dwarves that fail. Oh, here we go. We've got ogres and ogresses. Let's have a quick look and see where that... Oh, and they're on the above. Above, that's interesting. Yeah, these are not blind cave ogres. There's lots of crundles down there. Why are they all together? There we go. And we've got a couple over here as well. So we've got ogres now coming in. This is going to be a bit dangerous. So we're just going to go and make sure that now these I think are building destroyers. We have a bit of a look. We won't see that in here. So what we'll do is we'll go across to our Legends viewer. We'll go into DF Hack. Sorry, not DF Hack. Into the Dwarf Fortress wiki, and we'll just go back out and look up ogre. And this will then tell us. So a huge, fully grown, 100 times the size of an average dwarf. Most ogres will encounter will not be fully grown. Violent humanoids found in evil plains. Now, this is they may have come from the haunted location to the south of us, to the southeast of us. So these are building destroyer level 2. There we go. So that's actually that means that they can smash open doors. So we have to be a bit careful, but they are considered to be an animal. So they're part of wildlife. They're not actually part of they're not evil as such, but they're nasty. So they're coming in. So building destroyer level 2 is a problem. So these will actually seek out furnishings, workshops, and other buildings and topple and destroy them. So what I think we might have to do here is, because of that, I don't know if they'll try to find us. That's the ogress there. That's the ogre. You see there the size difference, which is actually interesting again as well. We're going to have to lock off this door, even though they can potentially break it open. Let's bring our military up into this room now and have them actually look after this area. So just go into the military squad and just station them back in right in here, just in case the ogres come through. See, it's part of wildlife. This is a DF hack. By the way, by default, if you've got DF hack running, by default, this warning symbol doesn't have wildlife on. You do need to go in and enable wildlife at the bottom there. It's off by default. So I like to have it on these just so I can see these sorts of things that when they come in. Just give me a little bit of warning. Have we got ballistas yet? No, we're miles off that, getting that one through there. Yeah, so we just so I remember watching someone once that lost the whole fortress to a sock. Someone got raised as undead, had a sock in hand and single-handedly killed off a fortress. Wow. It's an incredible game, just with what actually does happen. So things like, we're just not able to build stuff because of the lack of rock. So that's why we need to keep on doing everything we're doing. Let's go and watch these ogres and just see what they get up to. They're going to wander around. Gremlin, drive it away. Okay, so we've got, this is someone coming in to steal some things. So we'll just go and click on OK and quickly pause and just see where it is. Now it's outside here. There it is there. Gremlin, 89 years old. So this is actually considered like an invader. But what can it do? I don't think it can do much because we are pretty much now secure in the bottom of the fortress. Like we've actually locked this one right off. So I don't think it can actually get through. Have we still got any... We've got this still open, unfortunately. Let's just quickly go in and build up these constructions. Make these out of, well, Silvite we're starting to sort of get. Chalk is, yeah, a fair distance away. Just make Silvite there. Make that a top priority. So this, now the gremlins should be able to climb very, very well. This is closed off here. This is the only wall now that we have to worry about. Everything else is sort of done. So that's the only way in for the gremlin, I think, is just that one piece of wall. And again, if we go back out and have a look at Dwarf Fortress Wiki, gremlin will then tell us a little bit about it. Intelligent creatures who are invisible until spotted they cause various kinds of fun in the fortress by stepping on pressure plates, pulling levers. Okay, they just get into stuff. So we definitely want to keep them out. Yep, pauses and centers on it, which is good. So we didn't see it until it was close. What we need to do is find out if it can actually if it can actually climb. I'm assuming it can. Rooms can talk, be recruited in adventure mode, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Not for us, though. This is something we want to be killing off. So we'll just go back into the raws and have a quick look at it. The settings there for, where is it? Climbing. It's okay at climbing, so I can climb into, it can climb up trees, no problem. May have a bit of trouble climbing the wall, but it probably still can with those numbers here. It's not as good as crawling as a troll. Let's just follow it around for a little bit, and so we've got that happening now down below. Excuse me. I don't think it can really do much. You know, it's wandered off. All right, that's gone. So we can just get that one gone. Let's go back up the top again. Look at the ogres. This one's still on the edge of the map. And what about the other two? So this is, we're in the mountains here. So this is why we're sort of seeing different layers. These two aren't really wandering off much at all. Here it comes. I don't think they're going to really activate. I think that they'll end up just wandering off. They're not going to go out of their way to do anything to us. Let's ignore it for a little while. And what would be fun right now would be to get a migration wave and have named characters trying to make the run for the fortress. So we've got our doors there. So these guys are just going to be protecting the doors. Initially, let's just go back down again. Just go and check how we're going here. This is good. So we'll pick up a lot more rock there. That needs to all happen as well. We'll come back and clean these up as well when we get there. Just come back down into this zone and just see how we're going. Really need to get this one done. So, yep, Space Pants is coming in. Oh, now what was that? Something just ran through. A rat, giant rat. Right. One thieving. Okay, this is going to come in. If it passes people on the stairs, they could jump out of the way. This is where we have to be careful. I should have locked that off. You know, I forgot to actually lock this door down. It's now locked. Do we bring our military up? I think I'll just let it do its thing. Let's just go and follow this. It moves incredibly quickly. So just see where it ends up going. See, it's not beelining for the top of our fort. I think it's, with it being disturbed by different units, it's locked in. Can't get out. All right, I'm going to go and kill it. So, guys, come back down and destroy this one for me. Confirm. We'll just quickly have a quick look at the other ogres. These we don't have to worry about. They're too far down. Oh, here we go. These are now wandering around. Let's see where these are going. They're just wandering. It's okay, we're making good quality stuff. They can't break open doors. Okay, so giant rat. If we have a look and see what's actually going on through here. Yeah, in the head, bruising the muscle, fracturing the skull. There we go. They've killed it, and that's good. It didn't get very far away. So we can just get rid of that one now. I'm still concerned about what's happening at the top of the fortress, so let's just go back up and position we'll just station them back up in here again. So we'll just leave them back where they are. And we'll just keep on going down to the very bottom again to set things up. You know what I should do is actually set up the hospital properly, just in case stuff happens. Oh, there we go. We've now got this one. We'll go and resume construction. Make that one a top priority now. Once we've got this wall done, that's it. We're insecure. And resume top priority. There's only one ogre left on the map. It's now wandering off. I think we can release our guys. No special orders. Oh no, now it's coming back in again. Alright, we'll contend with this one if it keeps on sort of moving down towards our the actual fortress itself. It's just wandering randomly. It's a fair way away from the fortress. Okay, we're doing different work orders, which is good. Wander off. Leave, please. Yep, it's gone. Okay. So that's gone. Yeah, we've now got cave crocodile. That's going to be okay. All right, let's just go back in and just watch as the fortress just continues on. Again, we need to be digging all this stuff out, so I'm just going to keep the guys digging through here, trying to pick up as much rock as possible. And we'll just go down the bottom of the fortress again as well to finish off this wall. There's a cave crocodile. The cave crocodile can't climb. I mean, if we have a just for the sake of interest, if we go to the cave crocodile and have a look to see. In fact, I think we can do this through the GM editor. If we have a look, this might be the easiest way to do it. If we go and click on it, and then go and click on the tilde key, and then click on GM. This is using DF hack, and then have a look at the GM editor, and press enter. We then should see things like the climbing in here, I think. Not seeing it there. There's other things where it does go off. This is its actual stats. I'm not sure where it is in here. Look at the different skills. So this is the skill stuff that it does have. Custom profession, back into there. So it's a female. You can see down through that other side. The ID within the game. I'm not seeing it there, actually. Not sure. Invasion paths, patrol routes, specific refs, general refs. If I click on that one there, no, that's not it. Military, uniform, individual drills, social activities, conversations, activities. Nope. That's not it either. Not sure where it actually is. Anyway, it won't have... its actual skill for climbing will be extremely low. Actions. No, I'm not sure where it actually is. Let's see how it looks. Nope, can't see it there. If we go back out to Alt tab across into here and then just do another search for cave crocodiles. And then just look at the raws for this. So these are just animals, but they're climbing, gait, walk, swim, crawl. They don't even have climb. So it's so it doesn't even have a climb ability at all. Yep. So it can't actually climb. Good swimmer though, so it can do swimming, but not. And this is sort of like their skill through here. Yep. No, that's okay. So nothing there for us to worry about. So it can't break through here as well. It's not a building destroyer, so it's just stuck outside here. And we'll just watch as these then come in. We need to get these two built, so we'll just go back into the walls. And I'll just make these out of sylvite. Again, I just don't have enough of the rock, and I need to get more and more rock. So I'm just going to go and suspend construction of that first one. Make that into a top priority. These are heavy rocks. If I can make blocks, then ultimately that will be the best way for us to go forward. I have 4 really unhappy dwarves now. I'm going to have to try to figure out what's going on with them. What we could do is use one of these unhappy guys in its own military squad, as long as it's not valuable in the fortress, and send it down to start to look through different areas of the bottom of the fortress. Here we go, putting the rock in there into place now. Just get this one as well, resume construction, top priority. This is still, that's the top layer actually, that's it. That's the last thing that has to be added to it, to this fortress. Down through here, which is great. So that's now all of the everything is now blocked off, so nothing can break through unless they can besiege the fortress and smash their way through that way, which I don't think it will be a big problem. Oh, and also unless their door smashes. And then we have more problems as well. There we go. So, fortress is now secure. I'll just double check all of this stuff. And what was that? Just saw something else come flying through. No, I don't think it was anything. I mean, just one of the animals, I think. Actually, speaking of which, we need to start to sort of get all that set up as well. So we've got these different areas. Let's just go and pull these down. That one's already been pulled down there. I'll just pull this next one down through here. That's already been pulled down from the top. Just get rid of that. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. So we'll just get the wood from in here now. So we'll just keep on pulling apart these scaffolds. That's pretty much what these are. Just when you make a wooden stair, I sort of think of them as scaffolding. Even this is ultimately, until we get established, I will be wanting to establish this one fairly well, I think. Which is sort of the other way around. I'm always thinking of actually putting down actual flooring across here, across this whole, just so we only fall smallish distances. It's still a long way down from these other different zones. I might do that, just pop the flooring down in here. So constructions floor, just temporary flooring. Just make it out of tower cap logs. And we'll do it up here as well. This way they should be able to, if they fall from anywhere in amongst that, it's not going to be anywhere near as bad. So constructions, floors. So the pit of doom is going to be a little bit more secure. Hopefully. All right, let's just unpause and we'll just go back up again into some of these other zones that we're making. I'll do the same in here. Just temporary flooring. And then that will take us up to the top. It's still a bad fall if they do fall off. Well, we could actually even just do it up here. Constructions, floor. And tower cap logs there. That's all good. All right, so we now got the so that flooring is good. That's now that's secure. That's nice and secure, and this is now nice and secure as well. So that's good. We've now essentially got like an area. If they fall, they should survive. I guess there's no fun in it, but down the bottom through here then becomes more dangerous. So underneath that is the big issues. Got Silvite plot in through there. Let's go and have a look and see who's really unhappy. So Alta Buffalo Militia Commander. Incognito is unhappy. Weaponsmith. Chief Medical Dwarf, Space Pants, and Sick the Doctor. So they're the ones that are really, really unhappy. I can understand the military guys end up being a bit unhappy anyway. Why are you unhappy? So if we have a bit of a look here, needs to pray. All right, so we need to set up these sorts of things for them, unfortunately. Well, if we've got this into here, this again, we still need to get our hospital established, but I still need to be building all sorts of other things as well. So I think what I'll do is we'll brew to drink. Yeah, well, that's already been done. Again, just looking at the actual fortress that we actually have. So we've got this here is going to be storage. It's going to be another couple of layers into here, and actually make this into an area where we maybe do farming, or do we even do farming back off this level? That might be an idea, actually. Let's go this way, build another corridor down this side, and just start to sort of bring in the actual animals in through this other side, like the turkeys and things. slowly sort of building this stuff up. Also, they don't have bedrooms. Won't do the prayers until we sort of get the basic things done first. Got 3 that are really quite happy. But the other 4 just aren't. Maybe do a deep dive with that one next time, I think. There we go. Yeah, it looks like they're bringing all the rocks back up to the top now. So we're getting a few boulders, but we are making use of them. Back through there, we've made the splints. Let's go and look at our slabs now. So if we just go back into stocks, go down to slabs, and just double check. Yep. So this is this one has been memorialized, but we now have to establish it somewhere. I think that we might put these memorials in the top of the fortress. So we'll still just keep these things sort of going. So this is where the auto slab works. Now, if you're actually, if you're new to the game and you're not using DF Hack, I know that some people who play a lot of the game don't like DF Hack. I love it just because it does everything it does all that sort of basic stuff for me. So if you're not using it, grab it. It's just you basically just subscribe to it on Steam. It's a free sort of add-on for Dwarf Fortress. And so with it there, if you go into the control panel, this then sets up DF Hack for all your runs. And in through here, you've then got different things where you've got like auto start. You can tell it what to do with the way you want every new game to start up. And one of them is called auto slab in through here. You can click on the question mark to see what it actually is. And so this one here automatically queues orders to engrave slabs of existing ghosts. Will only queue an order if there is no existing slab with that unit's memorial engraved, and if there's not already an existing work order to engrave a slab. So it essentially makes that ghost that we had wandering around the fortress, hasn't really been around much, but we can just, by putting that somewhere in the fortress, and I'll put them down in this corner. So we just go into this one. It automatically has built it for me. I just have to then go and actually place it. So if I go into furniture, I think it is, slabs, just go down the bottom here, just go and place that slab there. Now we've got Silvite slabs. I'm just going to go down to the one that's actually been done as a memorial for Zasset. The others are ready for engraving. So this one is engraved. That's it. So this is now going to be placed. Incognito, the weaponsmith, is now going to be placing it, and then we should get a message saying here it comes. These are heavy, so it sort of is he's struggling with it a bit. There we go, and we now get an alert. So the alert is telling us that Zasset, the ghostly axe dwarf, has now been put to rest, so we don't have to worry about that one. And there we go again as well. So that's now a memorial where dwarves can come and actually think about Zasset and what Zasset did for the fortress. Anyway, we'll just keep on going back down into where we are building things up. So we just need to get more and more of this. We need more stone. We need a hell of a lot more stone. Look at the stocks for boulders again. 33. We're just not keeping ahead of anything. I almost need to try to get another miner. How many picks have we got? Picks are weapons. So you've got iron battle axes, copper battle axes, short swords. These are all the loot from what was there before. Copper spears, maces. There's so much stuff in here. There we go. We do have some copper picks and things, which I've already unlocked these. So we've got 3 copper picks. In that case, what I'll do is I'll just go back to my... Oh, here we go. It's now early spring. We didn't get any... actually, I don't think we get any through winter, but now we should start to pick up more migration waves. Just let it save. So Von Rabbit saying, I'm not timed out, so I assume my dwarf is still alive. Yes, no, doing well. We haven't lost any today. We lost a fair few yesterday. But we want another migration wave to come in so we can keep on getting more workers. Incognito saying, oh, I did join. Yes, you did. Yep. So you are spring. We've got that one there. I'll just go up to F1 and just unlock the door. Make it passable. And unpause. All right, we've locked off the pit a little bit, so it's now a bit more, like if people fall, they're not going to fall too far. It certainly makes, I should have done that earlier, you know. The hospital, I'm sort of thinking about, Private Joe now has risen from the fortress. So Private Joe was one of the military. Now we've already got another Private Joe in the fortress, but this one is one that, this one should be up on the top here. If I'm guessing, Private Joe died right here. So this is Private Joe's skeleton. So I would have assumed that Private Joe would have been around here, the actual ghost. So look and see. Yeah, it was. I'm not sure where it is now. But this is another one that we now need to go and do. So with that DF hack, with the control panel auto slab being on, we'll engrave the ghosts, the slabs of ghostly citizens. Somebody's going to be coming across to engrave that particular location. I'll just see what's going on in here. Nothing there. What are you doing? Brewing drink. So there should be a work order for engraving that slab. And if we go into the work orders, it may not be there yet. Orangutans, I think, has to come back in and conduct the work orders for the day. But there should be, probably at the very bottom here, I would guess. Yeah, Private Joe. So this one has been given as a one-off work order. It's now just part of the group. So somebody will actually go and do this particular job. We'll just wait for them to come into here. Or is it a craft dwarf that does it? No, it's here. So we've got the silverite slab into here. It's being used, so it's been tasked, and it's now the Private Joe memorial is being sort of added into this particular one, and so we'll just wait for that one to be set up. Who is it? That's Massey, the stone crafter, making a beautiful slab. Here we go. When we have a look at it now, we can see that they've got a silver memorial to Private Joe. There's no indication that it's being used for anything just yet, but it will ultimately then be placed into here. These are blanks, blank ones. They haven't been engraved. These ones have been engraved. So we'll go and throw in Private Joe's slab down the bottom here now. This is just furniture, slab. Just make sure that you've got it where you can select material after placement. Otherwise, it won't know to do the engraved slab. Open it up and then just go and grab that one there. So that will then be placed, and then that ghost will then disappear. There it comes. Nope. Here it comes. Done. So that one has now been put to rest. Now we've still got a couple others that we will have to make at some stage. So even though we've just got the skeletons hanging around, he's at least now been memorialized. So the ghost won't haunt the fortress. Everything else is looking good up there. That's all fine. Let's have a look at the stocks again. The boulders really are the things that we need to... 36, we're just not getting ahead. All right, we're going to change our work orders. We need somebody else. Now, orangutans could go back into mining again. I think I'll go and do that because he's a competent miner. Space Pants as well could do it. I technically have 4, so let's go and do this. Just go and allow them to come back in and start to mine. You can see we're just not picking up the boulders though. Oh, hang on. I'm going to unlock that one now, just so the vinyl rabbit can go off and do other things. The orangutan is now going back down to dig, which is good. It does have the equipment, so this is good stuff. Just get them all The more we can do of this and the more boulders we can find, the better. Might have to go down deeper and get like better quality rock. Yeah, so we'll bring it up to the top of the fortress. To here. Ultimately, we'll end up moving it down into these big layers that we're creating. This is going to be raw materials like stone and stuff back up through here. Oh, we've got 2 trolls. Now this should be down the bottom of the no, it's up this area. Again, can't get through, so that's actually okay. That one's at the bottom. These can climb, so they will actually climb around the place. These are incredible climbers. If I just go back into there and just watch it. We'll see it scramble, like when you see the little claw marks underneath it, that means it's climbing up something. Oh, an elven caravan has arrived. Okay, well, we will actually trade with them, so we'll just go and click on OK. And I don't really want to be friendly with them. So they've just arrived. They've usually got nothing really for us. Now they're not going to, there's no trees outside, so we've actually got no foliage out here at all. Even this, they're not going to notice. They're not going to worry about that. So they're just going to come into here. The alert elven so they'll just move their way in. Would have been fun if those ogres were still outside. That would have been perfect. So the elves come in spring, the humans come in summer, and the dwarves come in autumn. Now we must be friendly with them. Here they come. So this is, which group are you from? The first Vale is a civilization. If we have a look at the map, so anything that is green is like sort of like an ally. And so I'm thinking this must be the first Vale out through here somewhere. We've got an alliance with them. You can see civilization, the beard of talons. That doesn't make sense, actually. Is that all of them? Where else are they? These are neutral. Got no contact with them. Elven retreats back down this side. The beard of talons. Teal beast. These are not. These are humans. It's got to be this group, or no, that's goblins down that way. We don't have any red. Nothing except for these necromancer towers, like a human tower there. That's too far away to be much of a threat. So none of the goblins are actually at war with us at this point in time that we can sort of see. So maybe wars have finished. Actually, there's another tower there, dwarven tower. Again, a bit too far away from where we are. So these guys here, the beard of talons all the way through. Yeah, that should have. That should be where they're coming from. So where are they from? If we look at the groups, the first Vale, civilization. Oh dear. Anyway, let them come through. We'll just see if there's anything that we actually want from them. And I really don't think there is. Pause for a second. What have they got here? Sometimes they've got unusual animals. Just got wooden equipment which we don't want. So none of this we really want. A yak bull. Okay, that wouldn't be bad. I might grab that. And what else have they got in through here? Green tree frog, we don't need that. Yeah, there's nothing much in here that they've actually picked up. So it's just the yak is all we really want. All right, so I will actually trade with them. We'll just move some goods to and fro. So we're just going to be moving down the, whoops, the wrong stuff there. This is things that we have, so boulders, buckets, cloth. Where's our stuff? That's interesting. We've got bins. Here we go. Finished goods bins. So we've got gem bins, finished goods. It's the finished goods bins that we really want to be looking at. So we'll just go and place those up. That's more than enough of what we actually need. So I'll just go and grab the one bin. I'll just go back up the top here again. All right, so waiting one item. We'll just wait for that to happen. Then we'll request a broker. Once that arrives, there it is. It's there now. Request a broker at the depot. This will be Orangutan's library again. There he is. Having a sleep first. Keep the elves waiting. Just wait for him to wake up. There he goes. And now he's going to trade. Right, so we can now trade. So we have all of this stuff which we've been making as finished goods for them. We'll set this up properly at some point. I really only want that one there with these cages. I really can't see of any use at all for any of this other stuff. Like, it's all just made out of wood. Why would we want wood? I mean, there is food, which, you know, can be nice. Look, we'll grab some apricots as well. That's it. That's it. So it's worth 230. All right, so we won't give them 1,000. We'll just go and start to give them some good stuff in amongst here as well. So give them a bit of a, at the moment it's a loss for them. You can see it's in red. And then when we hit an area where it's a bit 50-50, they're making a slight profit there. It'll change to green when they're happy with it, which I will actually get to that point. There we go, it's now green. So that last one was probably a little bit expensive. It's 10. There we go, 138. So we'll do that one there, and that way they will accept this. So we've got ethics warning. So we can actually do, this is again, a lot of this stuff is DF hack. So if there is anything in here that is actually a that is made out of wood, it'll piss them off, and they could even go to war over it. So so we're not doing anything else there. Everything is just made out of rock. So we'll do the trade. Are you sure you want to trade the selected goods? You have items selected. Oh, we've got something that will offend. No. In that case, what's the warning? Oh, a tower cap splint. I didn't even look at it. So we made a splint out of wood. So they won't accept that. We need one more little 10 value one there. Actually, these, yeah, socks. All right. And again, that's the little figurine of a dwarf. There we go. Just to remember us by. Trade. So this is fine. So that's again, that little warning is DF hack, just telling us, hey, you're going to piss them off if you do that. So we'll proceed. Now we've done the trade. That's all we need to do. So I'm just going to now go back through and remove it from the depot. Actually, not going to worry about that one. We'll just go back in, and no trader requested at the depot. So we've now done our trade with the elves. And back we go, trying to keep on digging out these different zones. This is where we're going to start to have the nest boxes. So I'm just going to go now and change this into a pen and pasture. I'm just going to go and grab that location to start with. You can only do what we've actually dug out at this point in time. Just go accept. And so this is going to be a pen or pasture. Now again, I've got DF hack where I can assign and or butcher and do anything else in through here that I actually want to be doing. So I can, this is actually interesting again with DF hack. Now I've at the moment it's pretty manageable with what we actually end up having through here. But I want to get all of the layers, anything that can actually lay eggs, to come back down into this position. So rather than doing it manually, which is what the game wants us to do, I can do DF hack and tell it what to bring in. So if I want to have egg layers included, or only egg layers, it will then just go through and give me, even though the gobblers won't actually lay. I've got 2 gobblers and I've got 3 hens, and I've just got a normal hen as well. So I'm going to be bringing all of these through. So that's all I need to do is just go only bring egg layers in, and then assign. So essentially, if I just go across and click to assign, that should be it there, I think. Stray turkey gobbler. Actually, is that right? Let me have another quick look at that. Yeah, so that's actually now just assigned all of those. It hasn't assigned these. So these are, some of these haven't been assigned to different things yet, like the kitten. I didn't realize that they've already had a kitten. So the cats have had a kitten. So they're actually, so all of those egg layers are now there. What will happen with them is the gobblers will sort of, basically sort of get they'll fertilize the eggs that are there, but we need to now set it up so we end up with getting lots and lots of them in here. So with that one there, they'll bring the turkeys in and the hen, so the hen will be brought in here as well. They don't need grazing land at all to sort of go and do this one. And then we can just go back into here, go into furniture, go into nest boxes, which is, maybe it's not furniture. It might be under workshops, and then under farming, nest boxes, there they are off on the side. And so again, just keep building after placement. Let's just go and start to build nest boxes. I'm going to set up this one to just be a planner, again with DF hack. So after I get the first 4, it will now start to plan them as we sort of bring them forward. So I'll just go and get a few of them like this, because ultimately we're going to end up with a lot of these. Now, they're already digging out past where the zone was, so I'm just going to go into the zone again, repaint, just paint a little bit more. So these are now in the nest boxes. They're going to be laying eggs. The gobblers will, as I said before, will sort of fertilize the eggs. Then we're going to end up with heaps and heaps and heaps of these guys. So what we need, stray yak. Okay, now this stray yak bull has been slaughtered. So why? Why has that been slaughtered? If we have a bit of a look, it's been brought up into here, and we then actually have all of these different stuff which has been, like even the rats. The butcher's shop will automatically go and ask to butcher animals if we kill them. Like, so the rats, the keers, all these different things are sort of being brought into this particular butcher's shop. But we now also we've automatically butchered the yak, and so we've got all this stuff here from the yak. The reason that that's been done, I think, is because of the auto butcher. So if we go and have a look at auto butcher in through here, have a look at the control panel, and that's auto butcher there. I can set up my different parameters for auto butchering. So yaks will actually allow, like it won't, if we end up with more than 2 male adult yaks, it will actually destroy them. So we've killed off one of them. Now, if I go down to the bottom of the fortress again, F3-ish, F2, down in here, where we've got the other things, we've got a stray yak bull there. And so if we have a look to see who's actually part of this particular group, and have a look at what this group is. So if we have a look at the animals that are in here, we have we only want 1 bull. So the stray yak bull, like when we get 2 of them, so that's why it killed off the last one. It will then kill them off automatically. So I don't even have to think about it, because it will just do it. And it'll do the same with the turkeys as well. If we end up with too many turkeys, it will just start to slaughter them as well. Actually, we've got a stray yak bull there. I'm going to put that one in. It is 2. It will allow 2 bulls. Now I didn't need that one ultimately. So if we end up with any more stray yak bulls, they'll just slaughter them automatically. So that's just the luck of the draw for these guys, unfortunately. What I will do again is I'm just going to go and repaint this area a little bit larger, just so they can sort of make a bit more use of this region. So that will just give it a little bit more grazing land. So that's all good. We're now starting to make cabinets and coffers and armor stands and stuff. So we actually are now we're getting on top of our boulders. So we look at stocks, boulders, we now have 69. We're over 50. 50 was a magic number for us in terms of the automatic getting everything done. Let's just go back up again and just double check that we are building what we need to build. I do need to come back and build this hospital up. Let's go and wait for this one. That one can be sorted out. They're still digging out through there, still digging out through this way as well, and still got a bit to dig there. So I'll just let them continue digging. Get this stuff done. So we're now, like the extra boulders that we're now making are now being put into good use. Need empty cage traps. Our traction benches are now being built as well, which is good. I think it might be time to build this. If we go back up to F1, we're now seeing traction benches being positioned. So this one's here still on planning mode. So let's go and change this area through here. This is actually our existing hospital, and we don't want this here anymore. So we're going to go and position this one downstairs. So this is the sanctuary into this other side. I think if I go and repaint this zone, I don't think I'd actually just go down and paint it from down in here. Let's just go down and try that. No, it's got to be connected. So what we'll do is we won't connect that one, but what we will do is set up a new hospital zone down in here and then get rid of the other hospital. So a hospital is a meeting area. So I'll just do this one slowly again if you're new to the game. So we have zones. So place zones to establish meeting areas, pastures, and more. So, and when you click on it, you'll see there's a whole lot of different things you can do, like bedrooms, dormitories, dining halls, barracks. It's all sorts of different things in through here. And some of these are a bit nuanced with the way that you set them all up. But a meeting area, if I hover over this one, it says that this important zone is where your citizens will gather to socialise. Crucially, the meeting area is where locations such as taverns, temples, hospitals, and the like are established. And so in this case, we do want to actually establish a hospital. So we have to start with a meeting area. So I'm just going to go and create the hospital zone into here. And I will actually make it even further around, so we sort of cover all of this area. So this is now going to be my new hospital zone back into this area. I'm just going to go accept. At the moment, it's just a meeting area. So I need to then go and establish it. So now I'm going to go into to make it into. I can actually choose the existing hospital if I wanted to, which I'm happy to do that one. So let's go and make this the existing hospital, and we'll just go and move all of that stuff down to the bottom here. So Sanctuary of Vaults is the hospital, bang, in we go. And so this one is now extended on from what was there before. So we've now got two locations for this one hospital. All of the stuff that we had set up there before is all here, but up at the top of the fortress. So we're going to, so this is now the, so we just go okay through that one, and that should be it. I think that's, no, it's still not it. Hang on, why is that not doing it? But retire location. I'll assign 3 locations. Okay, detach the location from. Okay, that's no, it's going to be too much. I'll make it into just a new hospital, and then we'll just bring everything else down into here. So we'll just make it into a new hospital, and through this other side, we then get the little hospital symbol back up through this other side. This is the homes are ringing. Is the hospital, which is fine. We can then just go back through and set the details for this location. We don't have any doctors, so in this case, we'll just go back through Space Pants. Syrian and Sick will all be the doctors for this particular hospital. We do need to have beds. Oh, some migrants have arrived. Great. Okay, pause. We'll just go back out and just double check everything through here. Before I start, what I will quickly do is just set this one up, and then we'll come back up and sort out the others. So this is going to be their new hospital zone. What we want to do is have all of the stuff for looking after patients in through this other side. So I'm just going to go back across. We're going to go to furniture. We're going to go to chests. So all they want to have is just chests running along the area. 3 chests is usually enough. I'll make it 4. Each room needs to have like a bed. So the bed goes in the middle. So we'll set up all of these as beds in the hospital. So the bed sits in the middle. I spoke about this one before, actually, where we have the beds in the middle. Then we need to have a table for doing surgery and a traction bench for setting bones. So we go into furniture, table. So an operation table next to each bed. And then a traction bench next to the bed as well, just so that they can rest in the middle there with what's going on. Furniture, traction bench. And then once we get this established, we can then ditch the hospital at the top of the fortress. So that's basically the hospital. I will set up some doors in here as well. Actually, no, I don't need that yet. I'll just leave that one where that is. One thing we would like to do is to smooth everything out. So I might even just do that, just so that it becomes a comfortable area for everyone. In fact, I might just smooth all of this out. Around the well, because people go to the well all the time. So we might as well make this into a... in fact, I might as well smooth the whole lot out. The whole corridor in, why not? There we go. This is all going to be fairly prestigious down through here. All right, let's get these guys. The merchants will be leaving soon, that's okay. Only 1 troll, 6 ravens, 1 gorlak, not going to worry us. So the migrants will come back in. Let's have a look and see who is up for this first group. Which one is it? This one here. Twitch only got 2 names so far, so Falcons and Tailsly Fox. I'll just pop out the reward queue. So Falcons will be the first one. I'll just put them off to the side. So if anyone wants one, actually, let's leave it there because it's only I know who they will be. We'll come back in and have a quick look and see. So it's whatever the first one is. They've got a stray water buffalo calf. Is the first of them. Here we go. This is Falcons. Bit of military. Competent ex-dwarf. Just a peasant. Falcons. All right, and so that one's done. And then Tailsly Fox is this one here. This one is a animal caretaker, which is actually fairly cool. We can actually catch the rocks and tame them. They're not really good to do that with, but we can do it. So this is Tails. Sly Fox. So if anyone wants to redeem a name, please do so. The only trouble is if your dwarf dies, I then do ban you for half an hour. So that's the only negative with this. So we're going to have a few here that won't be named. Yeah, there's another one. We've got a woodcutter. There's another one. We've got ourselves an animal dissector, animal caretaker. Another a lot to do with animals here. Another animal caretaker. Another peasant with no skills at all. So got that one through there. Sick of saying, can we pre-buy one in case? No. Geez, a lot of animal caretakers. These are useless. Woodcutter. He's got his own axe, which is good. There we go. Rob has redeemed one. All right. I like rolling the dice in these ones. They get dangerous. So we'll go back up. So where do we get them named to? That's Falcons. That's Tails. This is the woodcutter here is Grob. Competent Marks Dwarf as well. Interesting. Okay. 2 lovers. 101 years old. So Grob is this one. All right, there we go. Yeah, actually, Grey Man Walking saying I like capturing giant beasts and using them in my trap labyrinth for my defensive entries from below and from the top. Well, the thing with the rocks, you can actually tame them and actually use them, but you can't use them near military. They will attack military as soon as they see them, but you can actually still tame them and have them as pets, basically. So you can actually so these giant creatures, which would be interesting, but we just have to then have a different way of keeping them completely separate from everything else. All right, so still got a fair few of these coming in. Who else have we got? Let's just see what else we have. The animal caretaker, woodcutter. So being the saying, this has to be some kind of record for how long one of my dwarves has lived. Yeah, and you're in the military too. There's another animal care. We've got too many animal caretakers. Got a someone's pet ram, a gosling, a farmer, another farmer. Piglet. This is what we want. We want pigs. What are you? You are strong and sickly at the same time. A male. We want female pigs. Then we've got a butcher, a farmer. Oh, there's heaps coming in. A milker, mechanic. That's very, very handy. Another animal caretaker. God, we've got so many. Fish dissector. It's useless for us. Animal dissector is useless. Mechanic, another one. Bloody hell, how many did we get? Another animal caretaker there. A peasant with no skills. That's it, guys. That's it. We're up to 37. 37. Wow. That's a big number now. We're getting into interesting territory. We have a lot to do. A hell of a lot to do now. So Cam Hayden saying, I love drinking the drinking Gem Bin, or is that Jim Beam? That's almost raid territory, yeah. So Bolton's saying the fortress yet lives. How many sacrifices to the altar under the shaft? 4. No, 3. 2 in the shaft, 1 of starvation, and 1 killed outside. So we've lost 4, but none today. Today has been a good day, and we now have heaps. Now, in terms of the picks, how many bloody picks do we have? Just go back down to weapons again. I can just do this pick. I've only got 4. I think they're all being used. If we have a look at this copper pick. Now, this was one that was actually from the loot pile, and it's being used. Orangutan's library has picked up this extremely valuable pick. So Orangutans is actually using one of the rock hoard items. This very, very valuable. This is a finely crafted copper pick. This object menaces with spikes of finely crafted jasper opal and is splattered with troglodyte blood. So it's been used somehow against a troglodyte. Okay, so that's not sure how or when, but that's what's happened there. I need anti-cage traps. The cage traps are no longer as critical as what they were. They've been set up, that's enough. I'll just leave them where they are. So we're secure down in here, which is nice. We're going to need to get much better farming. What we can do is actually have farming off on a different level. Like this could become where we do all of our farming. As an example. Or we just keep on doing it where we're doing it. I mean, we've got the pasture there. The pasture could just go over here if we needed to. Redshirt Wizard has redeemed one as well. Okay, so what we do is, so it's preferably a combat dwarf. Well, the combat dwarves are all gone. It really is just random. That's the way I do it. So it's just going to be whatever the first one is. When I do an alphabetical sort of the names, whatever the first unnamed one is the one that we're naming. So that will be this animal caretaker. Now, actually what we were doing as well is the bald ones. I'm just going to go and just change this one here. So fish dissector as well, fisher dwarf. So this one here, disdains competition, strong, not creative at all. Okay, got 4 kids, very old, no hair. I'll fix the hair in just a second. So red shirt, sorry, this is going to have to be the one. Red shirt there, red shirt wizard. But things happen to these guys, you know, all sorts of stuff actually ends up happening. So we've had to put some pretty incredible fights and stuff with non-combat dwarves in this particular fortress. They'll get all this smoothing happening really fast, which will be nice. So let's just go back into here. We're just going to fix up the hair situation. So this is a bit of a pain in the bum to do this. GM editor, enter, go down to appearance, change the tissue style from clean shaven to something else, to braided will do. Braided there as well. Oops, that's it. Tissue style, tissue length needs to be set to say 180. Oops, hang on. 180 there. Enter. 180 there. Thereabouts. Then we've got the. Then we come back out from that one. Right click. Tilde key. GM. And go to the unit. Enter. Body appearance editor. Hair. Length. Same as what we wrote before. 180. Bang. There we go. Some hair for you. So with the braids on the side. All right, that one's done. I might have a quick look and see if there's any other female dwarves that need hair. This one here, this farmer. Got a few of them actually. Maybe if we name them, when we name them, I'll just give them hair at that stage. Oh, there's only two. There's only two. GM editor. Where is it? I wish this could be modded. So you didn't have this happening. Tissue style, clean shaven. I'll go neatly combed this time. Neatly combed. Length. I'll try something above 200. It recommends 200. Let's try 300. Longer than it should be. Back out. Tilde. GM. Unit. Enter. Body appearance. Hair. Length 300. There we are. Didn't make much difference. And we just had one more. I think there's any other sort of bald females up the top there. There's one more. There we go. This farmer. Okay, so this one here will be tilde key, GM, editor. It is a pain in the bum doing this, but it fixes it. Tissue style. I'll do ponytail this time. Tissue length, let's try even more. Let's go to say 400 this time. It's 400, enter, right click, right click, right click, tilde, GM, unit, enter, body appearance, hair, 400. Here we are. All right, that's done. So at least they've now got hair. That's good. Now we've got a hell of a lot we need to do. We've got the 4 miners, which is good, and we are now starting to get on top of the raw materials, which is also good for us. We need to establish a lot of other different bits and pieces. Now, unfortunately, we've got so many farmers. They're not going to be all that useful for much, so we'll have to figure out other ways. The animals, let's get them sorted first. So we'll just go down into the bottom layer here and click on this area. And so if I go to DF hack assign again, I can just use the DF hack for what we're doing in this other side, and just go into only include grazers. So these are going to be the alpacas, all of this stuff in through here, the ewe as well. Everything else will then just be put down. One of them is somebody's pet, which is, so 3 of them are just roaming around, the cow calf. So that's all fine. We'll just go and just go and assign those. So that's now done. And so if we have a look again at the actual group that's in there, we should see, actually that's not, they didn't do it. Hang on, just let me do that again. Only, and that should be all. Click to assign. So assign all, that should be automatic. Yeah, actually they're all assigned here, so I can just cycle through. So assign here, yep, that's all done. So if we right click, go back and have a look, so all of those now, or anything that requires a pasture is now in there. We do actually have other animals as well, so we'll just go back up the top and have a bit of a look at this egg laying area. This has now all been sort of built out. Just go and repaint this. And just double check that it also has now just only got all of the egg layers. There's one that's roaming, this gosling. I can just click on it there to make it assigned. So there's now 7 creatures assigned there. I will put a door on here, and I will actually also now just go through. It looks like we're now sort of getting on top of all of the actual, everything else that we're building. I'm going to put a butcher's shop in here. And I'll put a tanner's shop in here as well. So we just get those things established. This is all going to be workshop layer back up the top through here. The piggery, we'll put the piggery off to the side. Ultimately, we'll be wanting to get like an actual big group of pigs, but we don't have any of those just yet. So we'll make that into a piggery there. So they've done all this one. Down below, we need to get more stuff done. That's now finished up the top. Let's go down into this side and just start to dig out. How far does it need to go? Yep, that's fine where that is. So this will all be just storage layers down through here. All right, and it gives us access to more basic rock that we can then sort of go and do. In through here, we're going to have crafts dwarves and stuff like that. So I'll just go into the workshops and crafts. I'll establish, I'll just establish one of them there. There's things like the crafts dwarf, the just the specialist ones I want to have down this way as well. The jeweler, I'll put the jeweler down in this way, sort of opposite from there. The workshops, things like the stone workers, I'm going to be moving up into these other areas. So I'll have a few of these. Just that these get claimed, these particular little locations. So I'm just going to go and place a couple of stone workers workshops into here. And I'll also get a mechanics workshop in this area as well. And over here I'm going to get like carpenters and stuff like that. So I'll throw a couple of carpenters down this way. Now the raw equipment's going to go above, so I'm going to now change my stockpile. I'm going to put a wooden stockpile up the top here. That'll be for wood. There it is. Excuse me, I've got a tickle in the throat. And we'll just go and place a stone stockpile here for the uneconomic stone. Stone and custom. So metal ores, none. Economic stone, none. And clay, none. So just the other stone, just the stone we can use for building stuff. So that's going to be where ultimately this one goes. Underneath here, once this is done, this is going to be for furniture. So anything that's a big item, we're just going to store into this in this particular region. So I'll just go and throw that down into here, accept. And so this will be furniture. Anything that's considered to be furniture will be in there. Now this also does have like a lot of different sorts of things. So we'll probably split that up afterwards. Let's now just go up to the top of the fortress and clean up this stuff. So anything that's in here, for example, under custom, I'm just going to go to furniture and just go none. So we're not going to have any furniture in here. This area through here, I'm just going to go and I might change this one now just so we've got like a place to put the metal. So we'll just go and switch this one around. So I'm going to go none with the other stone, and I'm going to go to metal ores and just go all. So we'll just put any metal that we find. We'll chuck in there for now, but we'll end up needing this down in the bottom of the fortress at some point. That's okay, we can always just go and do that one. And this one is wood as well. I ultimately want to get rid of this. So I'll just ditch this whole, remove the stockpile permanently. Yes, proceed. So we'll just get rid of it. In fact, I could just remove that one, but I think I'll leave it there just so we've got the iron, that's a metal ore can then be brought up into this position as well. In fact, I might as well go back in and also bring in the economic stone. Just if we find coal and marble and stuff like that, gypsum. If we end up finding gypsum, that's going to be super useful. Okay, so that's all done. All of this stuff we need to dig out from underneath. So now it's just really a matter of building the fortress. We're sort of getting there now. We're going to get a lot of messages coming through. Now we're not building cages as such all that much. As these start to explode with the numbers of turkeys, they'll just start to slaughter them as well. We're going to get like a lot of these warnings. I should fix these up. So if we have a look at this one here, so orangutans, so cancels load cage trap, needs an empty cage. So to build that cage trap, unfortunately it is just we need to get a cage. If we go and have a look at our work orders, we should have somehow to make a cage in here. There we go. Make a wooden cage. And we should be making 3 of these at a time. But let's have a look and see what's actually stopping this one. So it needs 150 logs to actually get that one. I can change that because logs are nowhere near as critical as what they were. And if I needed to find out how many logs we had, I'm guessing we've probably got around about 50. But that's the problem, is that we're not making cages. So I'm just going to go across here and just change this one to the number for the logs to be, say, 50. If I click on enter, it's now satisfied. They'll now start to build these cages. And if it's going to be wanting to get up to 30 cages. So we're going to end up with a lot of cages. They're super useful. All right, let's leave that one where that is. Make wooden bucket has been completed. And the empty cage trap. So when they get built, they shouldn't end up with those messages anymore. This is all good. So they're now just automatically going to be building stuff down in here. What I might do is I might get another crafts dwarf area as well. Crafts dwarf. If we go back up the top in here now. We're still making use of this stuff, so they're building the cages. That's what they should be building here. Yep, wooden cage is now in the list. One plump helmet man. He'll be wandering in somewhere. It's all now going well. So we need tables for the traction benches. And again, if I don't want to have all these messages coming through, I can just go back into my work orders and say, why are they not performing? Like, what do we need to do there? There should be rock There should be rock tables. Rock tables are being done. We've already used a lot of these because of what's actually happening there, but the traction benches will also then have something where at the moment it's being queued up, but the numbers aren't quite working. So the amount of tables, it says it needs at least one table before it will actually then go across and do it. Now that's going to be, because we're using up the tables, I'm going to say have at least, say, 5 before it starts to do it. That way it's not going to keep on triggering. If we go back up to the tables, I'll just see how many before it stops to build these. At most 2. So I want to change that number there to, say, at most, say, 6. Let's just do that. That way we just keep a fair few of them floating around the place. Now we've got this hospital here. I'm going to now ditch this hospital. So we're going to come back up and remove. Yes, proceed. So this is no longer a hospital, and we're just going to remove all of this stuff. So that way we can make use of it downstairs. Done. Okay, that should be fine. Well, guys, I've actually run out of time. I'm going to have to call it to a close now. Now, actually, FitGal is saying it looks like the predecessor of RimWorld. It actually is. The way it works is Dwarf Fortress was first built like 25 odd years ago, somewhere like a long time ago, and it became like an instant classic just because of the way it sort of was structured with all this sort of random stuff that does go on, and even just like there's no other game like it, and RimWorld was heavily inspired by it. So when Tynan Sylvester built RimWorld, he was doing a couple of things at the same time. He really enjoyed RimWorld. He loved what RimWorld did, but he actually built RimWorld. Sorry, not RimWorld. He loved Dwarf Fortress and loved what Dwarf Fortress did, and so he sort of wanted to incorporate that a little bit. But he actually had first built RimWorld as a combat simulation thing to actually, and you'll notice that like in Dwarf Fortress, they do still sort of they can sort of stay behind fortifications, and that does help them a little bit with different bits and pieces. But in reality, in the end of it, it's actually more the, they're not as nuanced as what they are in RimWorld, because that's actually how RimWorld started. It started off as being like a combat, almost like just a proof of concept. Then it just exploded. I was in very early with RimWorld, well before Steam and well before anything like that. It was it was awesome, like just awesome seeing the way that it changed over time. I've got to play more RimWorld actually. I love the game, but I just don't play it, which I should. All right, we're starting to now get the cages. We shouldn't have ended up with many more of those warnings about the actual cage traps. If I go down the bottom here, these will start to end up with cages inside them. Yep, so then I've got the cages. So that's all been set up, which is good. Animals back out through here. Everything's just thumping along. I think we now just have to wait for something bad to happen. It's an extremely well-functioning fortress, to be honest. We just need to keep on building up the bits and pieces that are going to make the dwarves happy. This has now all been smoothed, or they're still smoothing the different areas. You'll see there that the bed and the table has not been smoothed. They didn't quite get underneath that, and these as well were not smoothed. But yeah, I could change that. Siren's saying, I think I may have some DF hack scripts for you soon. Just finishing testing it now. I'll message them. Yeah, if you could, that's great. Thanks, Syrian. Yeah, I was actually wondering, I was thinking about that, what you'd mentioned today, actually. I don't know if I think I can still put mods back into the game. Now, we've got heaps of people. I might just leave it here with everyone now having smoothed out the this area, because I think we'll actually end up getting them doing this sort of work everywhere and really making the fortress into something really quite nice as we sort of start to build it. Not that I need to smooth this area out. So we're still digging what we need in there. This is all coming into here now, which is good. The logs are coming in. So this is now starting to sort of function. We do need to get a metal area up. Maybe next time we'll start to get the metal area through there. Yeah, so Vinyl Rabbit saying, I find it amazing about Dwarf Fortress is the program sometimes does something that even Tan didn't realise it could do. Yeah, it's sort of it's just amazing how many games have actually spun off Dwarf Fortress. But I wouldn't call RimWorld a spin-off of it, but it certainly was massively inspired by it. RimWorld is its own beast to a large degree. I might start to smooth out this area as well. Why not? Let's get it done. If the dwarves are going to be working in this area, they might as well enjoy it. Okay, well, guys, we have to leave it there. So thanks for that. So Regan said, I made a region that worshipped wargs in RimWorld. A warg came and killed everyone and nobody would hurt it or defend against it. It's funny. Anyway, guys, going to leave it there. Yeah, as a sick of saying, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, so this is the @DazTactic Live YouTube channel, so youtube.com/DazTactic Live. I'm trying to get that up to a point where I can monetize it. I'm just literally like a couple of handfuls of subscribers off that now. So if you are over there and you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please do so. It'd be so useful. It'd be great. And that way I can get it monetized, because at the moment I'm not I don't have my where I'm putting these up, just so I can actually put all my live streams into one area is much more useful. There we go. So Sick has actually put the link in there for it. So thanks guys for that. I appreciate the support too, by the way, with this. So it's sort of I've been pleasantly surprised at just how quickly that channel has moved. There we go. There's the Begans over there now doing a like and subscribe. So thanks, guys. It's just I just got to meet numbers for YouTube to then be able to monetize it. It's like it's not going to be as popular as my normal channel, but it's but it allows me to then just not have to rush through because I'm not thinking about the algorithm. So it'd just be nice to have it monetized. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you tomorrow. I'll see you then. 25 away. There we go. We've got 5 today. Good. We'll see how we go. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.